only $8.99. Waba Grill, it's for you.
Cap here. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt. With years of experience and a passion for helping people, if you've got water damage at home, call Avner Gatt today. 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. That's 818-917-5256. Avner Gatt. Your claim, our game.
Hey, basketball fans. John Ireland here. You've seen Austin Reeves rise to the occasion, and now he's bringing that same drive to his latest signature shoe, the AR2s from Rigorer. Built for speed, support, and all-day comfort, these kicks are made for players who never back down. Austin was involved in every step, making sure the AR2s match his game. Tough, versatile, and ready for anything. Go to Rigorer.com, Rigorer, and get your pair today. Rigorer.com.
So Mark Reel from Real Fathers writes, I always say on the air, you have to have the right family law firm that is going to get you the happiness you deserve and the justice you deserve.
Really, the legal system is designed and set up for fathers to fail. I set out to create a firm and to create something that would help all men navigate that successfully.
We have a new phone number for Real Fathers Rights.
833-ESPN 710.
And RFR710.com.
Yes, RFR710.com.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, U.S. Tax Shield can help you take back control. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Our team of tax attorneys can stop collections and get you protected. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the BBB, so call 800-494-6139. U.S. Tax Shield, 800-494-6139.
A great lawn is like a great sports team. It takes expertise and a little extra care to really stand out. That's where True Green comes in. They're the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour, so they know a thing or two about keeping grass looking like a fairway. It's more affordable than you think, and they'll even match any competitor's price. Plus, True Green backs it all up with a satisfaction guarantee. Head to TrueGreen.com today. Let the pros do the work while you sit back and enjoy the results.
This is the Travis and DeMarco.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
He's a fantastic actor.
John Hamm?
Yeah, or is it just, is he a fantastic actor?
I think he's great.
Is he?
I think he put out one of the best TV performances of all time, and I think that he can be a great
Landman
actor.
or Mad Men?
Oh, Mad Men.
Oh, Mad Men. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We were talking about Landman. That's what. Yeah.
Landman was terrific, and I thought he was good in it, playing the billionaire speculating oil tycoon
Great
guy.
Yes.
But he can be very funny. He can be kind of menacing at times.
Can be.
He's obviously, got gravitas to pull that kind of stuff off. Yeah. I think he's great. I like him when he's funny. He's like actually very, very funny.
You've seen The Town, right?
Yeah.
I love him
as
in
the
that
FBI
movie.
agent.
Yes, I think he might be my favorite character in the entire movie.
When he leverages the ex-girlfriend at the bar, I'm like, that was terrific.
Worth its weight in Oxy.
Yeah. That's,
yes.
No, he's good.
Very good.
When does Landman season 2 come out?
I have no idea, but I hope it doesn't let us down.
I don't know.
I haven't been this excited about a show in a long time.
Yeah, I'm in. I'm in on it. Now, I also get out as quickly as I get in.
That's what I mean.
So if there's a couple of clunkers, then I'll punt and I'm out on it. And I don't know if this will change your mind at all. Emily has been trying to convince you and I about White Lotus.
Yeah.
Have you dipped your toe in the water at all?
Not yet. I saw the one scene, and I called her in. I said, if this show is like this, I love it.
So, I haven't seen it at all. Not a single frame. Nothing. Susan, like I said, we were out to dinner last night. My wife and I were just kind of chit-chat. She goes, you know what I started watching? And I think you'd really like it. It's really, really good. What do you got? White Lotus. I'm like, Okay. So
Okay.
We're stacking it up.
You're stacking it there. Okay.
So we'll see.
No way I can watch that in front of my kid, right? That's a late night.
No, you cannot watch any season of White Lotus in front of your child. There is nudity all across it. There's a lot of sex in this show, a lot of nudity in the show, a lot of cuss words in the show.
Okay, I want to watch that. Okay, I should show you the clip. It's what's his name? It was Sam Rockwell.
Sam
Rockwell and the other guy.
Walton Goggins.
We're going back and forth, and it's the wildest Tarantino-esque conversation in the world. And look, that's my face.
Yeah.
And they keep drawing you in. And I said, Emily, if this show is like this, I love this show.
I'm not going to say I'm going to watch it because then I'm going to let people down, but I'm open to the idea of watching
9
it.
9 o'clock at night.
DeMarco, we got to learn. Don't push it. No. It's going to be what it's going to be with Travis in terms of watching it.
Here's the thing. Like, they pushed me on
don't push him into a show?
Yeah.
No, he will go the other way.
The harder somebody tells me something's great, the less likely I am to watch it.
Well, let me give you your props. Yeah. I saw Rebel Ridge. You were right. That movie is fun.
It is fun.
Absolutely.
It's Rambo, but it's awesome.
It's great. Yeah. Yes, and you didn't spoil the ending for me.
No, it's just a good movie.
And don't do it now.
Yeah.
Don't spoil it.
No.
But it's Black Rambo.
Right, but not Rambo.
No-ish.
Yeah.
No, but it's this. Okay, you messed with the wrong guy.
You messed with the wrong dude. Yeah. Did you mess with the wrong guy?
You picked the wrong guy to start a fight with.
Sheriff.
He wasn't looking for a fight, and now you've brought a fight to him.
Sheriff, create some distance.
Yes, indeed.
It was awesome.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's a good movie for sure. Do you watch Reacher?
The TV show,
Yeah.
no.
Okay.
I was a fan of the movies, though. People hated the movies because of Cruise.
Here's the problem.
He's small.
Yeah,
I know.
The whole point of Jack Reacher, from the Lee Child who wrote the books, the novels, every page reminds you that Jack Reacher is 6'6" and built like a tank.
Yes.
Tom Cruise?
I know.
Come on, man.
I know. But he pulled it off.
He's 5 foot nothing.
But he was tough as nails.
He might be fit. He might be athletic, but he's 5. Everybody knows Tom Cruise is little.
The fight scene?
He's little.
I know he's little, but he kicked butt. Come
TV
on.
Reacher looks like
he looks
a
like
professional
Reacher.
wrestler.
Yes, and I like that guy too. Yes.
Yeah, he's good. All right, so Lakers in Indiana tonight. LeBron is on McAfee as we speak. A win would be great, like you said. But what are you looking for tonight when this thing starts? Because they're on a little bit of a 3-game skid. Their D has been bad. They've had some bad moments here or there. What would you like to see tonight?
Thinking about this since they lost.
Lost to Orlando?
Lost to Orlando, and I've been trying to figure out what I'm trying to say, and I think I figured it out. I'm sick of LeBron and Luka taking turns. Work together. Does that make sense? Yeah. It seems like you're taking turns. Okay, your turn, I'll watch.
Didn't seem like that at the beginning either, did it?
Maybe it's because LeBron is just coming back. But
it seems like we regressed.
You did, and you have to work yourself back into that rhythm again. I mean, it's not something you can just stop and start with. This is professional basketball, but that's what drives me crazy the most. When LeBron is doing his thing, Luka's watching. When Luka's doing his thing, LeBron is watching. There's got to be a way for both of them to be active at the same time.
All right, I want to put a pin in that right there because I want to come back because what you said is something that's floating out in the universe.
Oh, is it really?
And I think it's very interesting. I want to get into that. It is coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN. And we talk a lot about Prize Picks on this show, right? Because Prize Picks is great, because Prize Picks is giving you free money. In fact, when you sign up with Prize Picks and you enter the code 710, they're going to give you $50 after you play your first $5 lineup. That's right, $50 after you play your first $5 lineup. You don't even have to win that $5 lineup. You get the $50, win or lose. And Prize Picks is great because we're going to watch these games. We love watching games, but why not have a little fun as you're watching these games as well? For instance, tonight, Dorian Finney-Smith against the Indiana Pacers. Do you think he's going to have more or less than 12.5 points, rebounds, and assists combined? I like more. Click, done. Right? Let's see what else is going on here. We've got Miles Turner against the Lakers today. More or less than 6.5 rebounds. Lakers are kind of small. I'm going to take more right there. Submit. 20 gets me 60 on Prize Picks. That's what it is. Plus, you can win up to 1,000 times your money at Prize Picks. But you can't do it if you don't play. Put the Prize Picks app on your phone. Use that code 710. Prize Picks. Run your game.
Steve Mason and John Ireland.
Mason and Ireland today at 1 after Travis and DeMarco.
Whatever happened to doing the show today without your shirt on?
It's a very interesting question.
Did you offer to at some point?
At one point I said, yeah. By the way, I've never stopped going to the gym.
I've been on a Zoom call with Mason that he did with his shirt off.
Yeah.
With Kevin Demoff, the COO of the Rams.
And I was ripped. I was shredded.
He was also in bed, Heather.
Yeah, I was in bed, but shredded.
The OGs of LA Sports Radio. That's Mason and Ireland.
On 710 ESPN.
It's spring in the Southland, and the season of adventure is here. So why not hit the road in a brand new Kia from Kia of Carson? Whether you want a sleek sedan, a spacious SUV, or the latest hybrid or EV, Kia of Carson has the perfect ride for you. As one of the largest Kia dealerships in the country, we have all the latest tech-savvy vehicles that make the season of adventure more exciting. And Kia of Carson makes car buying easy, fun, and unforgettable. But don't wait. Our spring sales event is happening now. Hurry in today or shop online at KiaofCarson.com. Kia of Carson. Let's get you on the road.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Hon, I was doing our bills today and noticed something quite alarming. We're paying a ton of interest on our credit cards. We owe $20,000 on one with a rate of 24 and $15,000 on another with a rate of 29. The rate calculation is buried in the fine print.
Bob and Liz at the office told me they had the same issue, so they called the Loan Exchange. Bob refinanced and paid off $50,000 in credit cards, and Liz got a home equity line and paid off $30,000.
That makes sense. I'll call the Loan Exchange and get rid of these ridiculous credit card rates.
17 days later.
Hon, we closed with the Loan Exchange today, and I found out the interest in our refi is tax deductible. I can't believe we didn't do this sooner. Every day we were lighting money on fire by paying those crazy credit card rates.
Call the Loan Exchange at 855-752-9944 or go to theloanexchange.com. NMLS 1637539. Loan subject to credit approval. See website for licensing information, loan terms and conditions. Equal housing lender. That's 855-752-9944 or theloanexchange.com.
Collectors, Front Row Card Show is back at the Pasadena Convention Center on March 29th and 30th. Baseball, football, basketball, and hockey cards, plus Pokemon, Marvel, Star Wars, and comic books. STC, Beckett, CGC, and JSA will be there. So bring your cards, comics, and autographs to sell, trade, or get them graded. Hundreds of vendors, thousands of dollars in free prizes. Don't miss it. Front Row Card Show, Pasadena Convention Center, Saturday and Sunday, March 29th and 30th, 11 to 5. For more info, go to frontrowcardshow.com. That's frontrowcardshow.com.
I had the worst dream last night. You were in a car crash, and the kids and I were on our own. We had to move out of the house because I couldn't afford it anymore.
That's awful, hon.
My brother got life insurance from Ethos, and it only took 10 minutes. And he got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day. It's all online. No medical exam. He just answered a few health questions right from his house.
Ethos, here we come.
Visit ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game.
Sample rate is a 10-year term life policy for 35-year-old healthy, non-smoking male. Billed monthly.
Who's cutting down the nets this year? Get in on all the tournament action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Go from tracking the latest upsets to placing bets in just a few taps. Right now, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code JQ to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
You never know what's going to happen here on the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Things happen.
Sometimes people just come into the studio.
What is up?
Andrew Siciliano
Yes.
is here as well.
What up?
It's
happening.
Introduce you, but everybody knows who you are.
Yes.
So I don't think we need to
far?
do that. Yes.
I'm just a guy that used to work here 15 years ago and had weird bleeping flashbacks walking in here. And
Did you
coming up
really?
The elevator today.
Oddly enough. It's
What
funny you
popped
say
out?
that.
Yeah, go ahead.
The very first time I came to interview here,
Yeah.
You were sitting in the seat I'm sitting in right now.
Wow.
Seat right there at the back against
Yes.
the wall. Is Michael Thompson sitting right where DeMarco is?
Oh, my
sitting?
God.
And I was sitting right there waiting to do I had my little sport coat on. By
Mr. Hand sport
by
coat?
the way, it was I was out of work at the time, and I'm like, anybody that does this occasionally, you're in between things.
Part of the job.
Yeah. And so I'm like, oh man, and Andrew and I have known each other for a very long time. And so I remember trying to think, hey, dude, you got to go in there and say something nice about me. You got to help me out here. So, yeah, I remember
Did
sitting
you?
right in this spot.
Did you drop a
Of
nugget?
course I did.
Of
Yeah.
course you did.
He didn't need my help, but of course he did.
Nice.
As far as I remember.
How you been?
I'm okay. How
Yeah.
are you guys?
Good.
Fantastic.
I would love to see your passport.
My passport?
You travel everywhere.
I had to get a new one.
You had to get a new
I
one?
had to get a new
Too
one.
many stamps?
No, it was expiring.
Oh.
Yeah, like the 10-year thing. I had to get the new one. So my
Yeah.
new passport has absolutely nothing on it.
It's clean as a whistle?
It is clean.
First destination in mind? Any
don't
place?
know.
Yeah?
I know that is not a good answer. I might go down to Mexico City in a few weeks.
Okay.
Jorge.
Hit a couple of
where'd you go?
restaurants.
Yeah.
If I had headphones on, Jorge, I can actually hear you, but I'm not prepared. I'm
I'm
sure
talking
what you're
in
saying was
Spanish.
fantastic, and we'll take your recommendations off the air.
Nice.
Maybe Mexico City.
And you hike around and do the real Mexico City
I
and
mean, I
stuff.
would like to. I've never actually been to Mexico City.
Yeah?
So Brown's got a game coming up in London in October. Don't know against whom and which week. We might find that out next week at the owners' meetings in Palm Beach.
I forgot you're doing Browns play-by-play.
Doing the Browns?
Oh,
You
my
guys,
God.
The Rams are not overseas, but you guys
Yes.
get Australia in 2 years.
In 2 years, yeah. Looking forward to that. Kangaroos. Maybe we can sign one.
That would be an amazing. Let's go down.
Are
to
they
the
good in the red
sidelines.
zone?
DeMarco's
The Kangaroos.
The Kangaroos in the red zone.
Look,
Yes.
they got
hops.
nice drive. But here's what I know. I've been doing my draft pad.
Right.
Very short arms.
Oh, short arms.
Very
Okay.
short arms. I don't know if
Come
it's
on,
going to
quick swim, get
translate
out.
well
Yes, sir.
to
Yes.
a long career. Their arms are too short.
This is a bit right here. Sean McVay talking about what do you call it? Onboarding the kangaroo that they just drafted, and to try to work him in with OTAs. Don't have rookie
That
minicamp,
kangaroo's
obviously,
going
for
in
the
motion.
kangaroo, but try to work him in. And can the kangaroo work at 11 personnel?
Or 12. Or 12. Or 12.
They
Or
like to
13.
operate
Yes.
out of 11
There you
most
go.
of the time.
or 13.
There you
And
go.
Can they activate the kangaroo
We're
in
bringing the
set?
rhinoceros
Yes.
for 13
You are
personnel.
speaking the
There you go.
language.
Absolutely.
Yes.
You are
He's
speaking the
versatile.
language.
Put his hand down.
There you go.
Can flex out if
Absolutely.
needed.
Yes, sir. My man. See?
All right, I got a little bit of business for you.
Yes.
You mentioned, obviously, the Browns. Are they going to take a quarterback? Would you like to see them take a quarterback? Do you think they'll take a quarterback?
I think they need to take a quarterback. The question is, do you take that quarterback at 2? I think I'm not going to be the guy that says this is a one quarterback draft. I think there's one quarterback above the rest, and that is the guy that worked out Monday in Miami. I think Cam Ward. I am not entirely convinced. There's some people that think, well, they took 18 people, they being the Titans, to Miami. They had their whole video crew. That must mean they are taking him. Or it means they're putting on a show and they want to drive
The price
value
up. Yeah.
I am not anti-Shador at all. I want to make that clear. I don't know that he should be the second overall pick. I think Abdul Carter or Travis Hunter, I think those guys have second overall pick written all over them. They're the first overall pick in many drafts.
Sure.
Certainly, even though the quarterback usually goes number 1. They need to add to their quarterback room. Right now, their quarterback room is Kenny Pickett. End of sentence. That's it. It is their quarterback
You'd
room is
probably
Kenny
like to
Pickett.
be a little deeper at that
You think?
spot.
Yeah.
If the Browns were to play the Steelers week 1 this year, right now it would be Kenny Pickett against Mason Rudolph or Skylar Thompson for the Steelers. So both of those teams need to add a
won't be on
quarterback.
TV.
They will add a quarterback. Will it be at 2? Will it be at 33? They pick the top of the second round. They have 2 3s from the Amari Cooper trade. There is going to be another quarterback added.
What do you guys think about the idea of just kind of, instead of the rifle approach, the shotgun approach, and
Get a lot of picks?
Take a lot of quarterbacks and see if you can't find one. And I know that you got other things that you got to do.
Other teams have done it.
That I'm going to take, and maybe you don't take a bunch in one draft, but in the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th round, if there's a guy there that might be a pro at that position, let's bring him in there and kick the tires on this until you find the guy that you know you got the guy.
It depends on what you got on your
But
roster.
if you're Cleveland and you're nowhere at that position.
When you said Abdul Carter, we said this before the show. Abdul Carter and Myles Garrett, yes, please. That's a different side of me.
good.
I love defense. Yeah, I don't think you throw the ball at all. Travis Hunter is actually interesting. It really is. You need corner help and receiver help. He does both.
He does. Andrew Berry was the Browns GM was on the record in Indianapolis at the Combine saying that the Browns see Hunter as a wide receiver first and then a corner.
Interesting.
Other teams see him as a corner first. And
what's he better
then
at?
a wide
Do you guys
receiver.
think?
I thought he was a better corner.
Okay.
Yeah, it just depends on what you. Either way, he's a great player. But I thought he was a better cornerback. But if you play him at receiver, you use him at corner in spot duty, or vice versa. If he's a full-time corner, use him at receiver in spot duty.
Wherever he goes,
because there's no way in hell you're doing both in the NFL consistently.
You can't do 150 snaps a game.
Heck no. You wouldn't.
Cannot. 1,100 snaps a year and 150 snaps a game. That is not sustainable at this level. It just is not. He's going to have to play both ways. I think he's the most fascinating player on the board. Cam Ward's going to be fun. Abdul Carter is going to be fun. But where Travis Hunter goes and what he does next season is going to be as fun a storyline, individual storyline, as there is in the NFL. And he's a lovable kid, too.
Yeah.
He's a really good, hardworking,
face of the league type good kid. Yeah.
Yes, he could be that guy.
Yeah, he could be that guy. He's that good. That's what. He makes more sense at two. I like your idea of the shotgun approach. It just depends on who those guys are at the end of the draft.
4 in one draft. I'm saying
you can't take 4.
Let's say you take one this year. That's, to your point, Andrew, a little bit further down the draft. That you don't see somebody that you love high, but you see somebody that you like in the middle. Take him. The next year, same kind of thing.
I always thought I would end my draft with a quarterback. Yeah. I would always.
It worked out okay for the Niners?
Yes. Yeah. I would always end my draft with a quarterback just for that reason.
There's enough guys that hit in a meaningful way deep in the draft to roll the dice occasionally on that does not seem like a bad strategy.
No.
Maybe you're going to miss on some depth at this position or that position, but like we've talked about a million times, if I don't have that mostly right, I'm kind of stuck in the mud.
The Packers did it for years with Ron Wolf, whether it was Hasselbeck or Aaron Brooks. They would always take that mid-round quarterback and develop that guy.
Smart.
The Washington football franchise did it in 12 with RG3, but he was at 2, and then Kirk Cousins in the 4th round. There's obviously the Aikman-Walsh thing as well with the Cowboys years ago.
Don't ever say that name to me ever again.
I got it. I don't know that they're going to take 2 swings here.
Yeah.
But look, it's what the Giants are doing with the veteran market. The Giants just signed 2 bridges. They have 2 bridges in New York now.
They paid a lot more for one than the other.
They paid more for one than the other. A lot of bridges in New York. But look, I'll tell you right now, after seeing Jameis up close, I love him. One of my favorite people in the league, period. They are both energetic leaders, infectious personalities, very, very different, both spiritual guys. But Jameis is going to throw the heck out of that football in the preseason and in training camp. I'm not saying he's going to win the job, but do not be surprised if the back page headlines after a couple of preseason games in New York are pushing for Jameis.
Wouldn't be shocked at all. Head to head, I wouldn't be shocked if he beat him out.
He's going to throw to the other team a lot. Though. You got to get
He'll
ready.
do that
Guaranteed.
Too. Yes. I hope that Jameis has success in New York because I like him too. I think he's a really interesting guy. However, the sooner we can get him on TV every week, the better. I think he's going to be amazing.
I told him that in New Orleans. I said, I don't know where your next stop is going to be. I hope you play for 10 more years. But personally, I am so happy for you that the last couple of months and that week in New Orleans, I mean, he was everywhere. He was the mayor. That the last couple of months, you have set yourself up for a second career for life.
What did he say? I'm curious.
He gets it.
Yeah.
He understands?
He gets it.
Does he still want to win?
Absolutely.
Okay. That's all I care about.
100%. Okay. And if the Browns didn't, DTR was the third guy, UCLA's DTR, if they didn't just feel the need, hey, we got to see what we have, Jameis would have finished. His shoulder was also a bit jacked up as well. It wasn't just, hey, we're trying to tank. His shoulder was messed up.
I'm sure he would love to win and win at the highest level doing what he does, is playing quarterback in that league, but he will win in TV.
Yeah, it may not matter.
He will be a star on TV.
No
it's
doubt.
Authentic, too.
Yes.
It's real.
Yeah.
100% real.
It's good to see you, my friend.
Likewise.
You're aiming towards the door. We're not done.
I got to go do a show.
Done.
I got to go do a show in Cleveland. That's why I'm here.
Thanks, man.
Oh,
Good to see you, brother.
Partner.
Looking good.
Indeed.
Yes.
Thanks, Andrew.
He
Andrew
never
Siciliano.
ages. He never ages.
Sounds good, too.
It must be traveling. It must be the traveling, the food, the water.
International travel.
Come on. Look
The
at
Far Side is coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN. And let's talk about my pals at Rotolo Chevrolet. ROTOLO. RotoloChevy.com. That's a great place to go get started, to go take a look, to see what they got at Rotolo Chevrolet. But you got to get yourself in. It's right off the 210 freeway, Sierra Avenue exit. You can't miss it. All the Chevy Silverados, all the Chevy cars and trucks. And what you get when you go online or in store is customer service that you are never going to forget, that is second to none, that has led to them winning Dealer of the Year 13 years in a row. Think about that. 2 years in a row is pretty good. Getting it once is pretty good. 13 years in a row, forget about it. And they do it because Mike Capozio and his team at Rotolo Chevrolet make sure that you know every step of the process and you feel great about it. Think about that for a sec. Like, really stop and think about that. Like, yeah, okay, got it. Boom. You got that new Rotolo Chevrolet and you feel great about it. Right off the 210, Sierra Avenue exit, RotoloChevy.com online. Whether you go in or go on, make sure that they know that Travis sent you in.
The countdown is on. In just 7 days, LAFC battle Inter Miami.
In the CONCACAF Champions Cup quarterfinals from BMO Stadium.
Pouring out of black and gold. The two biggest clubs in MLS.
And some of the biggest soccer icons around the globe. Giroud,
Messi,
Lloris,
Suarez,
Bouanga,
Busquets.
LAFC versus Inter Miami.
Travis, we're here with Dawn Wilcox. She is the vice president of the Development Foundation here at Children's Hospital Los Angeles. And Dawn, you're the person behind the Make March Matter campaign. Tell us a little bit about what it is and what it does.
Yes, so Make March Matter was created to bring businesses in the community together in a way that would allow everyone to support the hospital that means so much to so many people here in Los Angeles. And we saw this opportunity to raise awareness and money for children's health, for Children's Hospital Los Angeles, and businesses just wanted a time of year that they could unite. And so March seemed to be a good month. There's, some nuances to springtime and the butterfly in our logo. And, it just seemed like a great time to bring everyone together and give them ways to give back.
Well, it's a wonderful, idea, and the way it's being executed is terrific. I know us here at ESPN 710 are incredibly excited to be a part of it, to get to auction off some of the experiences, whether it's going on a hike or going bowling or going to games or all the different things. It's just such a wonderful cause, and to get to be able to participate in it is really terrific.
And that is my favorite part about Make March Matter, is that everyone finds a way to get involved, and for ESPN to come and offer these opportunities up as a way to raise money is just incredible. It's creative, it's fun, it gives people a way to make the donation and get something fun in return, and that's really the spirit of the campaign.
And all of the money that's generated during the campaign goes directly here to CHLA.
It does. All the money raised goes to the Children's Fund, which is how we meet the most urgent needs of the hospital as we treat the most complex cases and the sickest kids and the families that may not have the means to cover the costs of that care. That's what the Children's Fund covers, and that's the money we're raising today.
It is a great cause. It is Make March Matter here at Children's Hospital Los Angeles. You can go to 710-4chla.com if you'd like to bid on one of the experiences and help a wonderful cause. Thanks, Dawn.
Thank you.
Now, you unlock this door with a key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension. A dimension of sound, a dimension of sight, a dimension of mind. You're moving into the land of shadow and substance, of things and ideas you've crossed over into the far side.
I'm in the far side.
You're in the far
Let's
side.
Go.
It is the middle ground between light and shadow.
Do you know what helped?
4 or 5 hour ride.
I jumped in the ocean. It helped.
Between science and superstition.
I gotta feel quick. I gotta feel quick. I gotta feel fast. I want to feel naked out there.
And it lies between the pit of man's fears and the summit of his knowledge. The far side.
Come through the doors here. When was that?
This morning?
No, not this morning. When you said you saw Andrew sitting here. What year was that?
2010.
2000.
Because I got canned in summer of 2009.
Right.
And didn't really start looking for a while. And by the time I'd gotten the interview here, it was early 2010.
Okay. Gosh, I am trying to remember because this business is so funny. Like we know.
By the way, didn't get the job. I
didn't
get hired here until 5 years after that.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Okay. I had no idea.
Yeah.
Okay, so you didn't get hired here until 5 years later. And you came in with who?
To my first show?
Your first show.
Kelvin Washington.
Kelvin Washington. You and Kelvin. Okay,
Yeah.
and then what?
Then it was me filling in on a bunch of stuff.
Yep.
Like that's where I met Jorge. We did SC pregame, Lakers pregame, Rams pre-half and post.
This is like 11, 12?
This was
16, 17.
16, 17.
Yeah.
16, the team was here.
Yeah.
I thought you were doing Rams post and pre then. No?
No, not until they got here.
Yeah, it was Mason.
Yeah,
the first year was Mason, I think.
First year was Mason.
It wasn't even the first year. Mace did a handful of games pregame. I was always half and post.
Okay.
And then I started doing pre like week 5.
I'm just trying to see where the overlap is. Because it was always Mason and Ireland. It was me and Gary. And then I thought it was Thompson and Trudell.
It was.
But when was Andrew and Thompson?
Andrew and Michael was, before 2010, because that's when I was interviewing, and that's when they were here.
And Mason and Ireland, and then who was afternoons?
I don't. Max and
Anybody?
Marcellus, maybe?
Max and Marcellus.
Yeah, it was Travis and Kelvin.
Yeah.
Mason and Ireland. And then Max and Marcellus.
This business is crazy. So you see the same people. It's like actors, right? When you all audition for the same stuff. You see each other at every audition. Hey, what's up, man? Good to see you.
Yeah.
Same for execs, right? You ever had that happen to you?
Sure.
A guy that was like an intern is now running the entire company.
Yes.
Yeah. So be nice to people.
But it's the old adage, right?
Yeah.
The same people you see on the way up are the same people you're going to see them on the way down.
True.
So
Absolutely.
Be chill.
No
be
doubt.
Chill.
Absolutely.
It's true.
It is weird, though. Just weird. Just this whole thing and where it started, just for me personally. This whole thing started for me with Andrea Kramer in 2001.
Oh.
Yeah, she said you'd be perfect for this business.
Okay.
Yeah, so when you talk about Jameis, that's what she said. You'd be perfect for this. I'm glad you started this before you retired.
Was she doing a piece on you?
This is when the whole world showed up in St. Louis.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because we were like an afterthought, and then we were good, greatest show on turf, the beginning stages, and then we started seeing everyone come through town. Everyone that was on TV talking about the Niners, all of a sudden showed up here.
You know what people like?
What?
Winners.
Yeah. Well, that's just the business.
Yeah,
that's just how it works.
Yeah.
This is what happens when you win.
Yeah.
I got not really in trouble, but just dumbfounded. Another one. I told you the story about Janet Jackson. When I met her, my only thing was I play football. I was starstruck. I met, is it Pam? What's her name? From Fox.
Pam Oliver.
Pam Oliver came to interview us, and I was on the list.
Okay.
And I sat down, and I was just completely stunned.
Because Pam was interviewing you?
Because Pam was interviewing me.
Yeah.
And she was like, are you okay? No.
No, I'm not.
I am not okay. Why are you not okay? Because you're interviewing me.
Yeah.
And it was like just that little pause. I don't mean that way. It's I see you on TV.
Yeah.
And you're here.
She was on the biggest game of the week.
Talking to us, me, weird, wild, and funny. Now I see her on the sidelines, and we're like old friends. Yeah. So it's just wild seeing Andrew pop in. I've known you forever. I didn't know you until how long?
2016.
And here we go again. Now we're rocking together. So
Yeah.
this business is funny. So I guess the far side would be you never know who you're going to wind up working with.
You have no idea.
No idea.
And what you described with Pam Oliver, I think, is one of the most surreal and one of the best things about doing what you and I do for as long as we do. And you're in a little bit of a different category than I am because you played professional sports and you were a famous person before you got into this. Like you were an NFL player.
I never thought I was famous.
You were.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to force you to be immodest, but people knew your name, people knew your face, people knew who you, like if you were, there goes DeMarco, he plays on the Rams, he won the Super Bowl, like they would know that.
Yeah.
And when you do this long enough and you start to develop relationships with people that you used to A, cover, or B,
idolize.
Look, and the one that comes to mind is Oral Hershiser.
Yeah.
Like that's bananas to me.
Yes.
That we know each other.
Yes.
That if
First name basis.
That if we ran into each other in a grocery store, he would say, "Hey, Trav."
Yes.
That blows my mind. It blows my mind.
Wild.
Where I was sitting, and I've told this story before.
Yeah.
Game 7, NLCS 1988, in the right field bleachers, and Oral Hershiser just goes out there and wipes everybody out and wins everything. I'm 17. I'm in high school watching this going, I can't believe I'm seeing this. Fast forward to, hey, Trev.
There he is.
It's
Right.
crazy.
I know.
Yeah,
Nuts.
That's the Pam Oliver version.
Two, Michael Thompson.
Sure.
He doesn't know, but I'm still starstruck by that's Michael Thompson. But he's right here, and I want to strangle Michael Thompson.
I was
that's Michael
watching
Thompson.
something on Instagram the other night.
Yeah.
It was an old Lakers-Celtic highlight from the finals.
Yes.
And Michael was all over them, right? And I'm just like, this is weird.
Wild.
This
wild,
is just
wild.
flat
You
weird.
never know.
Now, some of them were him when he was on the sidelines because Kareem was in.
That's okay.
But he was there.
Yeah.
He
I
was
took
there.
pictures of Byron Scott, every action shot that came in. If Michael was in it, I took a picture and sent it to Michael. I'm like, dude, you look different. What's different about you?
Has Michael ever showed you the picture? The picture?
The one where he's sitting there in the pose? Yeah, he showed me that shot.
Looks pretty good.
Is that the Bahamas?
I think he's on a boat. I
Oh,
don't know where the boat is.
Super in shape guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, looking great.
I'd get that blown up and I'd have it wallpapered in this room.
It's amazing.
Put a whole wall of it.
Amazing.
A mural of that.
And that glass he's got by his pool, right there. Put it right there, Michael.
My old, this is funny in St. Louis. My old board op is now the program director.
Yeah.
He runs the entire company.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he was like the third board op, and now he's the guy.
Now he's the guy that decides.
Can I add something to this?
Yeah.
Yes.
If you're trying to get in this business, just take every opportunity you get, because sometimes I tell the interns, I'm like, hey, you never thought you were going to be covering the Lakers like that. You're not going to be in front of LeBron like that.
Yeah.
Like, you think I want to be in broadcasting, and that's just the broad idea. But broadcasting can take you into different branches of this. You can be in production. You can be in different things. For instance, me, like you were saying, I'm, years back, I'm watching the World Cup from home, watching Messi do his thing. Next thing you know, I'm right in front of the guy. And it's one of those things where I'm like, I never thought I was going to be walking.
And if somebody would have told you that when you were 16, you would have said, shut up, man.
Exactly.
Stop.
How'd you handle it? Were you cool?
Yeah. I mean, same thing with Kobe.
Yeah.
It's one of those things. Like,
you never know.
Yep. You just never know. And enjoy it, because it could end
like that. Yes, sir.
Yep.
Yeah. So enjoy it.
You may be outside the window in a
waiting there for your next shot. Yeah. Been there. It might be there again. You never know. You never know.
In a blazer.
The dad advice, the career advice that you're talking about, say yes to everything.
Everything.
Until you have the option to say no to a couple of things.
Unless you're very specific about what you want to do. Like, I want to be the play-by-play guy for the Rams.
Say
or
yes
whatever.
to everything.
Yes.
Because you never know where that's not a straight line.
Billy Mack.
Yeah.
Does Laker TV.
He does.
We did high school football years ago.
Love it.
Years ago. Me, him, and John Jackson.
Oh, yeah. JJ.
JJ, yes. Way back when. And Chris Ricks. Oh, my God.
Chris Ricks.
Oh, my goodness.
John Jackson, great center fielder at USC.
Obviously
a very good
that.
football
Yes.
player, but John Jackson, a terrific college baseball player.
I did not know that.
Absolutely. All right, back to the Lakers, back to LeBron on McAfee, some of the things that he has said and what we'd like to see tonight against the Pacers. It's all coming up. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
College hoops are crazy at the slots, crazy at the tables, and crazy on big screens everywhere you eat, stay, and play. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
Lucky gift giveaway. Get a 2.8 quart Dutch oven when you earn 500 points on your rewards card. April 1st, no fooling.
Number 2.
Neil, live June 20th.
And the number 1 reason.
We're giving away a Cadillac Lyric. Be here this Sunday at 10 p to win.
Morongo, good times.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News & World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Steve Mason and John Ireland.
Mason and Ireland today at 1 after Travis and DeMarco.
Whatever happened to doing the show today without your shirt on?
It's a very interesting question.
Did you offer to at some point?
At one point I said, yeah. By the way, I've never stopped going to the gym.
I've been on a Zoom call with Mason that he did with his shirt off.
Yeah.
With Kevin Demoff, the COO of the Rams.
And I was ripped. I was shredded.
He was also in bed, Heather.
Yeah, I was in bed, but shredded.
The OGs of LA Sports Radio. That's Mason and Ireland.
On 710 ESPN.
Mom, I need to lay low for a few days.
Lay low? What's going on?
I only paid for this Hyundai Tucson.
Christopher Allen Lynch.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. Get the car or SUV you want at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 2.99% APR for up to 72 months on the Hyundai Santa Fe, Tucson, or Elantra. See your SoCal Hyundai dealer. Offers end March 31st. Call 714-568-7676 for details.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. And our Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins that are healthier for you. Like hormone-free chicken, ribeye steak, wild-caught salmon, and shrimp. Our steamed vegetables and signature salads are made fresh for you. Our sauces are more flavorful for you, from sweet and spicy to fiery hot. Download the Waba Rewards app or order online at wabagrill.com. Waba Grill, it's for you.
Sedano and Cap.
Today at 3 p.m. after Mason and Ireland.
I feel like you and Neo would be friends.
I like Neo. I'm a Neo fan.
So Neo recently, hard launched his 4 girlfriends.
What do you mean?
Went
it was
out,
a hard launch.
Went out in public with all of them and did all the red carpety thingies and public outing.
He has 4 girlfriends.
Yes, yeah, he does.
Wait a second, and all 4 women are cool with
clearly
this?
cool with
Yes.
it. Yes.
Yes.
That's impressive. I only have 2 girlfriends. If Neo has 4, wow, he got twice as many lady friends as I do. I just walk in with 2.
Who's your second girlfriend?
Well, I got this other girlfriend, and me and Rachel and the third girl, we walk in together arm in arm, and everybody's like, "Oh, damn, Cap, what's up?" And I'm like, "It's the way I get down, bro." But 4, man, I love it. Way to go, Neo. I mean, you got me by 2, bro.
The LA Afternoon Takeover. That's Sedano and Cap.
On 710 ESPN.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
710 ESPN.
KSPN, Los Angeles.
A Good Karma Brands radio station.
It's the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Travis Rogers and DeMarco Farr.
You want to make friends? You buy around for the bar.
Yeah.
Luca did that with parking.
Is there
I thought
any-
that was fantastic.
Terrific.
Yes.
The Travis and DeMarco Show rolls on.
On LA's mega sports station, 710 ESPN.
You can also make friends by making a bunch of shots, winning a bunch of games, winning a championship, and that's what LeBron
Getting me out of
and
jail.
Luka are trying to get out of jail. We all have that first call, right?
A good friend bails you out. A best friend will be right next to you saying, "Dang, did we mess up?"
Is your brother the call?
Oh, God, yes.
Yeah.
He'll get me out. He's going to kick my you-know-what afterward, but he'll come get me.
Yeah,
absolutely. We all got that guy, right? Yeah, I hope.
I was
You got a
that
call?
guy.
Yeah.
I was that guy 3 times in a space of about a month.
Really? The same guy?
2 different guys.
Oh, okay. You got some hooligans.
They had a bad night. Well, one person had a bad night twice, and the other person had a bad night.
Okay.
Yeah.
What'd you say when you picked him up?
What happened?
What happened? Okay.
Yeah.
Didn't get into it. Just what happened?
What happened?
You okay? You hungry?
Yeah.
You wanna go home?
What happened?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You need anything?
And they smell like jail.
One of my pals, and I'm not going to put him in on this by
Smell
name.
like the drunk tank. Come on.
You know, and he's not like my other friends.
Okay.
He's a little bit there. He's a little more of a wild card
He's
than
on
most
the
of
edge.
the guys that I hang out with.
Yes.
He goes, they gave you a bologna sandwich. It wasn't that bad.
See, he's built for that
I'm
stuff.
like, dude, wait,
Yeah,
what?
no.
You were in jail. He's like, yeah, they gave me a bologna sandwich. There was a TV. It wasn't that bad.
Not happening.
I'm like, dude, you were in jail.
See?
And he's looking at me like, yeah, but do you not hear the part about the bologna sandwich and the TV? Like, that's what I would have had I been home.
That'd be the last time I bail you out.
Yeah.
If that's your mentality.
He was the one that I had to get twice.
I only had to do once, and he said he was never going back, and he was
He was right?
He stood on that, yes, no doubt.
He was right. Well, that's good. That's good. All right, so LeBron's still on with...
Is he?
LeBron's apparently got a lot to say today because he's still
he's
chatting
just
with
going down
McAfee.
the line of ESPN reporters that he just doesn't care for. So obviously,
Who has made the list so far?
He went after Stephen A.
Okay.
Of course, because Stephen A. went after
What
him.
did he say
It's
about Stephen A.?
continuation. He was just like Stephen A. basically is on his Taylor Swift tour of going to these different places to talk about LeBron and that situation. So there's that. And trying to end that conversation. I think that's also probably the reason he's on McAfee. And then also he went after Windhorst.
I thought they were friends.
Well, LeBron is saying that they aren't friends and that he doesn't know anything about him, basically, and that Wendy is twisting things.
I thought Wendy knew everything about LeBron.
Well, I
I
think
thought he was
that's
on
what-
speed dial.
That's what Wendy's telling
According
us.
to LeBron James, maybe not.
Okay, learning
Yeah.
something new today.
Yeah.
So there's that about, and I think McAfee is a show that might want to take that stance.
That's the McAfee brand.
I want to take up for people in our business for half a second here.
Okay.
There are many people who do it poorly, and I'm not putting them in here. But if you're doing it right, people are not going to like you occasionally.
If you're doing it right.
If you are doing the job as it's described, which is to get answers to questions, which is to ask the tough question,
yeah.
which is to make people accountable for what has happened, people might not like you.
If you do your job,
If you do
as
your
a
job
journalist.
correctly
Yeah.
as a journalist, there will be people that dislike you because you're doing the job correctly.
Of course.
So, and I'm not, this isn't even specific to LeBron or Stephen A. or Windhorst. But if you are holding people accountable and speaking your mind and asking hard questions and pushing people in things that they might not want to be pushed at, you're doing the job right.
Crazy. I never thought he didn't like Windhorst. I thought we always went to him for our LeBron news. Isn't that how he made his bones?
Well, they were from the same part of the world.
And the move, like when LeBron left Cleveland.
But that doesn't mean they're friends. That means they're in the same universe.
But he became his avatar, so to speak. Or at least that's how he was pushed on us.
I think that might be why LeBron feels the way he feels.
That guy doesn't speak for me.
Right.
Or he may have, and now I'm just cutting you off at the knees.
Could be.
Yeah.
Again, this is, we'll see.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
So Tim McMahon, who wrote the book on Luka, has covered the Mavericks for forever, has been there when Luka got drafted. And I would say that I don't know if Luka would call Tim McMahon a friend.
No.
It doesn't mean that Tim McMahon doesn't know what he's talking about when he's talking about Luka.
If you're doing it right, you're gonna ruffle some feathers.
I bet, yeah.
If you're doing their job is to not. They're not their PR person. They're not their manager. They're not their agent. Their job is to ask and get answers to questions.
But he seemed like he had crossed over into spokesperson for LeBron.
Yeah.
That's what it seemed like to me. At least that's how they put him on. Every LeBron story had him in it.
Well, maybe, but that could be
or at least he was
because
telling
he's
me the
informed.
story or the spin.
He could be informed without being a friend.
I guess so.
He could be informed despite being kept at an arm's distance, sourcing and everything else like that. I'm not shocked that this is where this landed. I guess is where I'm getting.
I'm surprised Windhorst caught a stray. I mean, I thought it was going to be Stephen A.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense.
I thought that's where this was headed, and Wendy just got caught up in that. But careful, like when you do talk about people and you meet them, I always give you my opinion on said player. I never speak for that guy.
Yeah.
He can go talk for himself.
Sure.
I'll tell you what I see, how I feel, and what I think is happening here. But I'm never going to speak for the guy.
Yeah.
Do you think Wendy ever crossed over?
I don't know.
Into speaking for someone?
I have no idea. I know that he's a
Caspian aspersions.
Here's what I know.
Yeah.
He's a good reporter.
He is, I guess.
He's a very good reporter.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I will say. And he is not reckless, and he does.
Just one question?
He's really good at what he does.
How do you know he's a good reporter?
Because he never has had anything that was empirically false that came back on. Occasionally, you'll get it wrong, right? Occasionally, you'll have something and it's just not quite right, but he's not wrong very often.
I've never heard that much pushback from any athlete about a reporter. Even Skip didn't get pushback. He just ignored him.
A good thing. I think it's a good thing to have kind of like the player push back a little bit because it means that guy got really close to the truth.
Or he's making this crap up.
No, because no, it's not that. Because there would be stuff that you could prove false. If you're just blatantly making stuff up. And again, this isn't commentary. There's a difference between what Skip does.
Like something happens, and I've seen this happen before. Something happens, it's a moment, and it's over. somebody writes a story about it as if it was a thing. It wasn't a thing.
Can you give me an example?
Somebody yelled something across the lunchroom in front of the media. 2 players get into it. And it's brief. It's very quick. They pounded it out or they dapped it up. It was over 15 seconds after it happened.
Okay.
But it gets reported. And now it has a life of its own. Now you're answering questions about that the next day and the next day, and it becomes a thing.
But that's a perfect example of everybody doing what they're supposed to do.
Right.
Right? That you don't have to like what came out. But if they did have a fight that lasted 15 seconds, they had a fight that lasted 15 seconds.
Like there was a fight that lasted 15 seconds, but it gets reported as there's a schism on the team. That's not true.
But what it could be is there was a fight. Is it causing a schism on the team? That's
what
slightly
I mean.
different.
A few less words and it becomes a story. A few more words and it's a nothing.
Like I started this whole thing. There are people that do this well and there are people that not. And
very true.
By all accounts, Brian Windhorst does his job very, very well.
In addition, LeBron was talking about various members of media general about how they talk about the game, and also older players talking about players in the current NBA and about how they're a little too harsh, which is why he wants to do Mind the Game with Steve Nash to actually get back to talking about X's and O's of basketball as opposed to just
angle.
the league's not as good as it used to be anymore.
What do you
which
think?
A lot of players
you think Shaq and Barkley are too hard on the league?
I think Shaq and Barkley are paid to say things to get people to turn on their TVs.
It's a great TV show.
And their job is to be good on TV. Their job isn't necessarily to
promote the
league. Their job is to promote TNT. Their job is to promote themselves. Their job is to get eyeballs on what it is that they do. And they're very good at that.
I can't remember a show, the most popular show a league has, and it's not all they do, but most of it is they bash the league.
It's a fair question.
Yeah.
I guess the better...
Howie and the Gang, Fox, NFL and Fox, they don't do that. ESPN crew doesn't do that.
But those shows are not
Baseball doesn't do that.
Nearly as successful as the other.
Because of who they are as personalities.
So I think it cuts both ways. That the reason that show is as good as it is A, Kenny, Shaq, Charles, and EJ are all just really good at what they do. Mm-hmm. But it's also the place where they're going to tell you what they actually think, or at least they're going to entertain you while they tell you what you. Those other places have their foot on the brake a little bit. They're not going to be super critical of the league. They're not going to go out of their way to maybe point out something that isn't ideal.
But the problem with those guys, and I think this is where he's going, the league may not be as boring as they say. It just may be boring to them.
Yeah, sure.
Because I keep hearing this from older guys versus younger guys. Today's game is very skilled.
Sure
but
it is.
Listen to them, it's not.
It's
less tough.
Two things can be true at the same time.
Right.
That I agree. Them constantly saying this sucks is weird. It is. But
it's entertaining.
It is entertaining. And I also think it's pretty typical. The older the generation that came before is always kind of looking down their nose at the next. That's just the way that it kind of goes.
But I'm watching this now, especially when it comes to the Lakers. I love watching Charles Barkley. Mm-hmm. He entertains me. And the whole show does. But I'm waiting for him to get his comeuppance. I hope the Lakers win a championship, so he has to eat it.
But
that's where we've gone with Charles now.
I get it, but see, this is why Charles doesn't care if he has to eat it.
Not at all. And he'll eat it gladly.
Charles
and
will
love it.
Do it with a smile.
But I want to see it.
And he'll turn around opening night the next night and say, the Lakers stink.
Right, I know. He knows what he's doing.
He does.
But I'm living for that comeuppance, that moment there.
For sure.
Yeah.
And another thing he talked about when Pat asked him about playing with Luka, the trade and everything, he kind of put out there that people were saying before the trade happened, before they started playing together, that Luka and LeBron would never work because their styles of basketball, that they're too ball hoggy, without a better way of saying that. And LeBron says, anybody who thinks that doesn't know basketball are dummies.
We're all dummies. Let's do it next. Let's see who's a dummy. That's coming up. It's Trav and DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
The countdown is on. In just 7 days, LAFC battle Inter Miami
in the CONCACAF Champions Cup quarterfinals from BMO Stadium.
Pour it on, black and gold! The two biggest clubs in MLS
and some of the biggest soccer icons around the globe.
Giroud, Messi, Lloris, Suarez, Bouanga, Busquets.
LAFC versus Inter Miami.
Oh my goodness, Denise! 7 days away.
And you can live it all here on 710 ESPN
and the ESPN LA app.
PrizePicks is the best place to get real money sports action. With over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings, PrizePicks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. You just pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 1,000 times your cash. Run your game all season long on PrizePicks, and springtime is here, and that means baseball season is underway, so don't miss your chance to add your favorite players from the diamond in your PrizePicks lineup. Strikeouts, RBIs, first inning runs, take your pick, more or less, for your shot to win up to 1,000 times your cash today. And on PrizePicks, you can mix and match player projections from different sports. Combine your favorite baseball players with guys from basketball, hockey, esports, and a whole lot more. Download the app today and use the code 710 to get $50 instantly after you play that first $5 lineup. That's code 710 for first-time users. PrizePicks. Run your game.
Children's Hospital Los Angeles is a leader in breakthrough pediatric care, treating complex cases and advancing life-saving research. In support of CHLA's 10th annual Make March Matter campaign, ESPN LA is auctioning off exclusive 710 appearances to help fund critical treatments for children. Every dollar raised supports CHLA's essential work to provide expert care, innovative therapies, and hope to families in need. Visit 710forchla.com to bid and make a difference for kids today.
Collectors, Front Row Card Show is back at the Pasadena Convention Center on March 29th and 30th. Baseball, football, basketball, and hockey cards, plus Pokemon, Marvel, Star Wars, and comic books. SGC, Beckett, CGC, and JSA will be there. So bring your cards, comics, and autographs to sell, trade, or get them graded. Hundreds of vendors, thousands of dollars in free prizes. Don't miss it. Front Row Card Show, Pasadena Convention Center, Saturday and Sunday, March 29th and 30th, 11 to 5. For more info, go to frontrowcardshow.com. That's frontrowcardshow.com.
Losing your home in a wildfire is devastating, and the fight for insurance money shouldn't make it worse. Jacob Imrani is helping families impacted by the Eaton fire, suing Southern California Edison, and holding insurers accountable.
First, I didn't know what to do. I heard what you were doing for my buddy by loading his car up. He calls me, he says, guess who's loading my car with water? Jacob Imrani. Right. I mean, for real. I said, well, I'm going to talk to Jacob.
Call him at 844-24-JACOB, 844-24-JACOB. Visit him online at calljacob.com, and together we are LA Strong.
Call Jacob. Get your yard game ready with Ego, the #1 rated brand in cordless outdoor power. Ego has nearly 200,000 5-star reviews from homeowners like you. Ego delivers the power of gas, but without the noise, fuss, or fumes. Best of all, Ego 56-volt arc lithium batteries are universal, so they fit all 90 tools. Power your yard, power your tailgate, power your life. Learn more at egopowerplus.com. Vivid Seats is your ultimate destination for basketball and hockey this season. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every one-timer and buzzer-beating 3 live and in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Don't miss out. Visit vividseats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
You're from over there, I'm from over here. We're sitting in this hot tub together. What do you like to drink?
No.
See?
No.
No? Not at all? Come on.
No.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
Did LeBron start the show with McAfee? Was he on at 9 o'clock?
I think he was on like 9:05.
It's
so
10:16 and he's still going.
I think they're
Might
wrapping.
be the longest interview ever.
Just going to say the same thing,
Yeah.
DeMarco.
I think they're in the process of wrapping. But yeah, it's been a minute.
Man, I wonder if he goes that route. If we're thinking LeBron into business ownership, he can do whatever he wants. I wonder if he stays in front of a camera and just keeps doing the podcasting, the McAfee thing.
I'm going to do a Kobe comparison here.
Okay.
Kobe could have done that in his sleep and been very, very good at it. Kobe had bigger and better things to do because he has intellect and opportunity.
Yeah.
Like Kobe could have showed up on the set on TNT and killed it and been good because Kobe is smart, Kobe's funny, all of those things, right? And he just said, that's just not what I want to do. I want to do other things. He wanted to make movies. He wanted to create content, all these things.
Yeah.
I think LeBron has so many other irons in the fire that probably intrigue him more than being a forward-facing television person.
Yes.
But who knows?
I think he's got the ability to do whatever he wants. If he wanted to build a school, he could do it from here and just employ people. But if he wanted to clean up, because no one has been through the barbecue more than him. Entire careers have been made talking about him, either positive or negative.
For sure.
So if he said, this is going to be my next thing, I'm going to clean up this side of the business, clean up media, we're going to change it forever, I could see him doing that.
He'd have to be good at it, because you can have a good idea, but if you're not good on TV...
Or if he just stayed on TV as he's played the last 3 years, he's going to keep doing a McAfee type thing.
Could be. I'm not saying no, but the reason that we've been talking about Charles Barkley for 20 years after he's playing, Charles is hilarious on TV, and he's good at TV. He's easy to watch on TV.
This might be different if he does it while, like Aaron Rodgers, if he does it while he's playing. Can you imagine that? I guarantee if you had him doing this while he's playing, there is no Skip Bayless. He's
no.
He's in your arena.
That's okay. There's Burger King and McDonald's. You can have more than one.
Well, what he proved with me is you're going to be less apt to talk trash when he's right there.
Yes, but there's also always going to be somebody who does it. Like there will always be the other side of the coin. Like he could be out there promoting his point of view, but there's going to be somebody promoting the alternate point of view.
Probably.
As well.
There's always going to be
they're not going to scurry under the refrigerator just because he shows up.
But I could see him going that route and reforming this. Who?
I think he's Magic. He
business guy?
Yeah. And not just like in one thing. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
It's like the idea, and Magic did a little TV, some successfully, some less so.
The Magic Hour, but better.
Less so.
But the Magic Hour on TV.
Magic on TV is Magic
right
on
there.
TV. But Magic the businessman, Magic the philanthropist, Magic the team executive, Magic the, entrepreneur.
I think he's there.
I think he's much more Magic Johnson than he is Charles Barkley.
We'll see. Staying there for over an hour, it got to be his longest interview. How long was the decision? 17 minutes?
Yeah, but tops.
Yeah,
less,
right.
Less.
I've never seen him sit in one place
that
long.
Shop, and he's done his own podcast.
His own barbershop.
Yeah, but that's his deal. Backyard.
This is McAfee's living room, and he's hanging out. Yeah.
I wouldn't say it was the most riveting television for an hour and 15 minutes, but
I agree. But I don't want to say I agree because I haven't heard it yet. But I understand what you're saying. LeBron James on television for an hour and a half is just in and of itself an interesting problem.
What did he say?
Right.
Yeah.
And why is he there?
Yeah.
Like those two things together, I think, and I don't mean that like in a negative way.
No.
What he clearly came in with an agenda to say, I don't like this person. This person doesn't know what they're talking about. I don't like this. I do like this. I got that. Like he had a
nod to
checklist.
McAfee. Wasn't McAfee and Stephen A. going at it? For highest paid guy?
Oh, yeah.
Could be a shot there. I got him. You couldn't, or whatever. I don't know. Could be a shot there.
It could be.
Yeah. Did he say something about Luka? I'm sorry. Did he say anything about Luka?
So he talked about, and I'm paraphrasing here because I don't have the sound because we can't play it quite yet, but essentially that him and Luka, in order to get to where they're supposed to go, Luka needs to be playing better. They need to get better on the same page.
He said that? Oh, wow. Okay.
And as well as, but the people that think that they can't play together because they're both ball-dominant guys are dummies.
That was the front part of that statement.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's fair. Play better. Yeah. Luka has to play. I'm sure he has to play better.
And then he also talked about
everybody has to play better.
They need to be in rhythm. That there's going to be days and nights that they are not playing their best, but they need to be better by the time they get to the playoffs.
They do hunt up Luka sometimes when they're on the defensive end. It's obvious. They go right at Luka. Maybe that's what he means. It couldn't be the offensive end, could it?
Well,
or could it be turnovers? Sometimes you get wild
turnovers.
with the ball.
It could be just some shot selection things. Like I want to play this for you. Speaking of guys that commentate for a living, here's Chris Broussard talking about Luka and LeBron and Luka's role with the Lakers.
It's one thing to be a ball hog when you got Tim Hardaway as a teammate. Heck, even Jalen Brunson and Kyrie Irving. But when you are going 5 out and everybody's standing there watching you operate and LeBron James is a teammate, that ain't good.
I agree with Bruiser there.
Do you?
That's what I'm like when you see Luka going to work, and I love it. I told Byron Scott this. I love watching Luka. He is so entertaining, and his game is effective. But when he is doing his thing, sometimes there's LeBron the GOAT, wherever you have him listed, is just standing there in the corner. That can't be the most efficient way to use both guys.
It's not.
Right.
It's not. But, and this is, I think
you're helping the other team.
I hear what you're saying, but I think the but here is super important. This is not one of the narrow, skinny butts. This is a big butt.
The big butt?
Okay, this is a big butt.
D-far butt?
I'm not messing too much with Luka's game. Luka's Luka. There's a reason he's averaged 30 points in the league. There's a reason he's been first team All-NBA 5 times in 7 years.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you ignore LeBron James. You're right, DeMarco. You got to find a way to integrate these two things together. But
you can still score 31 and lose.
I hear you, and I get that. But Luka does win. Luka is an amazing passer. Luka has an amazing basketball IQ. And if occasionally he does some things that you aren't perfect, I'm going to live with them.
Yeah.
I'm not going to try to, hey, I'm just going to live with, when you have a genius, occasionally, sometimes they do some things that aren't great.
Jackson Pollock makes a mess every now and then.
Same thing with LeBron.
Yeah.
If LeBron all of a sudden just decided, I'm taking over right now, I'm putting my head down, I'm going to the basket, okay.
And he does. Yeah.
You're LeBron James. You've earned the right to make these decisions. If Austin Reeves started doing this stuff, if Gabe Vincent started doing this stuff, if other players, dude, hold on a second. This is not who we are or what we do.
No.
But Luka and LeBron can have moments where it's like, dude, what are you doing? And you live with it.
In spurts, absolutely. And it keeps coming back to J.J. Redick. It's your job to make sure they work seamlessly together. But as of right now, the 2 games they've been back together, it's been very disjointed.
I agree.
Yeah.
And it... At the beginning, I want to go back to...
And that could be just rust. And like you said, JJ even said, I give them grace.
Yes.
They're still trying to figure some things out, and they could be tired all at the same time.
I want to go back to when Luka first got here.
Yeah.
Do you remember what LeBron said? Like the quote after the game?
When Luka first got here?
When Luka's...
Fit out, don't fit in?
Bingo.
Yeah.
And there was an adjective in there on fit out.
Oh.
Fit the blank out,
fit the blank
don't
out.
fit in.
Yeah,
right? Yeah. I think that kind of liberated him, Luka, to kind of just go out there and be Luka. And those first handful of games, he and LeBron actually played pretty well together. You and I both came in one morning. Remember that little back and forth where Luka just kept backing the guy down?
You got it.
Right,
yeah.
And they just kept creating spaces like, oh my God, that's unstoppable.
If he never got hurt,
I think that's what it is.
Of course.
I think that's a...
You got to start and stop, and the team is it's different now. It's weird. You got to. It's going to take another week or 2.
That's the best version of it, and this version is the disjointed version of it, where they haven't been. They're going to be fine.
I hope so.
You have 2 of the smartest basketball players in the league on the same team. They're going to figure out how to play together.
They're going to figure it out. I just want to know how many losses are going to pile up in that while they figure it out, because every loss is dropping you closer and closer to hell, which is the play-in. It's not really hell, but you know what I mean. It's not where you want to be. That would suck after this whole trade if you wound up in the play-in.
We can start this conversation right now. We can finish it after Factor Cap, but you're right. It would suck to be in the playing game. But again, I want to go back to when they first made the trade.
Going off, yeah.
Who cares? that when the trade was made, put yourself back in that frame of mind. What was literally the trade was made, and the day or 2 or 3 after that, what was the general thought about this Laker team?
Oh, Nico Harrison's an idiot.
Okay,
that's the other thought.
The second thought.
About this team?
Just the where the Lakers were in that moment, right after the trade, before we'd even seen him really play.
Worried about his health, his shape, and defense.
The way that I remember it, those were all part of it, but this was I don't know what this season's going to be. I know they're going to be set up for the future.
Oh, okay. This year's a throwaway.
Not maybe even
not
throwaway.
Not really a throwaway, but
let's see. I don't know.
Pursue a goal?
It was I don't know. They may be terrible defensively. I don't know what this is going to look like. It may not change anything. I think you need to kind of keep that in the back. Not you specifically, but Laker fans. A month ago, the prospect of being in the play-in game was very real. And even right after the deal, it was I don't know what this is going to look. It's going to be pretty good.
And then went on a tear.
And then they went on a tear.
Yeah.
So I don't know if all of a sudden, because they raced up to the number 2.
I'm believing that. I'm believing the tear part. It's still in there.
It is in there, but so is what we've seen for the last 3 games.
Get out of this schedule. Get off this road trip. Get your legs back underneath. Get LeBron back acclimated. I still believe in that streak.
So do I.
I don't know how much you're giving up to get back into rhythm. And this is when we go back to those games you dropped that you shouldn't have dropped.
I understand.
That's the ones
But
I hate
what
the most.
I'm getting at is the play-in, even after the Luka trade, was a very realistic possibility.
True.
They jumped out of it, but now they've backslid back into it.
I guess I was intoxicated by a chance for winning a championship.
Me too.
Yeah. I don't want to go backwards on that.
And it's still a possibility, but this idea that it's a catastrophe that they are where they are, or maybe
no, it's not a catastrophe.
It's not that.
Just to get to a championship, get to the Western Conference Finals, you can't go through. You don't want to. You don't want to go through the play-in,
but I think
you
they
can.
Could.
Yeah.
I think they could.
Yes.
Like I really
remember, dude is still 40.
I really do think that there's not a seeding that makes it impossible for them to do that. It makes it slightly more challenging, but it's going to be challenging anyway.
No doubt.
You're going to be playing good teams no matter what. Maybe you have to play one extra game.
It's just the only problem with a dude that's year 20 whatever it is for LeBron that he could get tired for the stretch run.
The play-in would not be, what was it, a week and a half, 10 days ago? They were in number 2, and you're like, hey, this is going to be great. And now they're floating with that 6-7. They're only 3 games ahead of the Clippers for the 7. It is a little bit stark, but it's not this, what the hell? Those other teams are really good, and you are figuring it out.
They're very explainable why they are playing the way they're playing.
Still a little bit of a work in progress. Factor Cap coming up next. Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Steve Mason and John Ireland.
Mason and Ireland today at 1 after Travis and DeMarco.
Whatever happened to doing the show today without your shirt on?
It's a very interesting question.
Did you offer to at some point?
At one point I said, yeah. By the way, I've never stopped going to the gym.
I've been on a Zoom call with Mason that he did with his shirt off.
Yeah.
With Kevin Demoff, the COO of the Rams.
And I was ripped. I was shredded.
He was also in bed, Heather.
Yeah, I was in bed, but shredded.
OGs of LA Sports Radio. That's Mason and Ireland.
On 710 ESPN.
Cap here. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt. With years of experience and a passion for helping people, if you've got water damage at home, call Avner Gatt today. 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. That's 818-917-5256. Avner Gatt. Your claim, our game.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/LA. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/LA right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/LA. ZipRecruiter.com/LA. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Collectors, Provo Card Show is back at the Pasadena Convention Center on March 29th and 30th. Baseball, football, basketball, and hockey cards, plus Pokemon, Marvel, Star Wars, and comic books. SGC, Beckett, CGC, and JSA will be there. So bring your cards, comics, and autographs to sell, trade, or get them graded. Hundreds of vendors, thousands of dollars in free prizes. Don't miss it. Provo Card Show, Pasadena Convention Center, Saturday and Sunday, March 29th and 30th, 11 to 5. For more info, go to ProvoCardShow.com. That's ProvoCardShow.com.
So Mark Real from Real Fathers writes, I always say on the air, you have to have the right family law firm that is going to get you the happiness you deserve and the justice you deserve.
Really, the legal system is designed and set up for fathers to fail. I set out to create a firm and to create something that would help all men navigate that successfully.
We have a new phone number for Real Fathers Rights.
833-ESPN-710.
And RFR710.com.
Yes, RFR710.com.
Hello, I'm Richard Navarro, General Manager at Fleming Steakhouse and Wine Bar in downtown Los Angeles, where unforgettable dining meets the heart of the city. Whether it's prime steaks, fresh seafood, or your handcrafted cocktail, we're here to make your next experience out exceptional. Call us today at 213-745-9911 to reserve your next table. We're open for lunch and dinner. Fleming's, where great steaks, good times, Call at 213-745-9911.
Something amazing is happening in data management. Even though storage needs are constantly changing, companies are only paying for what they need now. That's because CDW customized a Pure Storage Evergreen One SLA-driven storage as a service solution that delivers enterprise-grade hybrid cloud storage that is effortless, efficient, and evergreen. Simplify storage administration with Pure Storage and CDW. Make amazing happen. Find out more at cdw.com/purestorage.
Switching to Progressive is a game-winning call. And that reminds us of other game-winning calls in the history of sports.
It was a doubleheader in August and really hot inside the concession stand. So instead of waiting for people to come to me, I figured I'd walk around yelling, "Hot dogs here!" And that's how I became the first hot dog vendor in sports.
Okay, not really a game-winning call, but it was a good call. You can make one too. Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Here we go. It is Factor Cap time. Factor Cap on the Travis and DeMarco Show. Each weekday around 10:30, producer Emily serves up what's going down, and fun and frivolity ensues. Special thanks to the law offices of Joseph S. Normand for making Factor Cap possible.
It's Joseph S. Normand. It's Factor Cap on the Travis and DeMarco Show on 710 ESPN. And if you've been hurt in an accident, let me help you. Call my office at 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000.
Let's do it. Factor Cap right now.
Take it away, producer Emily.
Welcome to Factor Cap.
Thanks, Joe. Hi, guys.
What's this? Yo, Baseo.
Hey. Travis, you showed me this really sweet video today.
Oh, my gosh.
This is the time of the year
You
where
showed her a sweet video?
I did.
You going to Carmel too?
I sent it to Emily. I sent
Yeah.
it to my family. I sent it to my mom and dad. It's
What's
wonderful.
the sweet video?
So this time of year is when players in the MLB get their chance to make an opening day roster, and it's a huge deal because it often doesn't happen. And so, especially guys who have worked their way up through the ranks, through the minors, and played this game they love for a long time. So a player on the Astros, you know his name?
Cam Smith.
Cam Smith on the
Good
Astros
athlete name.
found out that he would be making the opening day roster. Is that the correct terminology?
Correct.
Is that what it is? You make the opening day roster?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
His manager, and that was his manager in the video, right?
It was.
Had this whole speech saying how important it is, how exciting it is to make this roster, and that you want certain people around you. You want to look back and have these people that have been there with you from when you were playing t-ball. And then in comes this guy's mom and dad, and presumably
walked into the
girlfriend,
clubhouse
wife.
while they're telling him he's making the team for the first time.
As soon as he sees his manager point to the door, he starts crying, and it's a really sweet
Hugs his
moment.
mom, hugs his dad.
my God,
It's
I hate you.
wonderfully sweet.
Even if it's the Astros.
I wrote to all the people I sent this to, I hate them with the fury of 1,000 million suns.
But this is good.
This is pretty good.
But
this is okay right here.
It's an amazing moment to have in front of your parents. Your
yeah.
parents who also put so much of their hopes, their dreams, their pride into you.
Money
into you.
That too.
Took you to all these practices.
Everywhere.
All this stuff. So you ever had your parents there to see when you've had this great achievement? You had something happen, they were there to see it. Travis Fettercap.
Fact, because my mom and dad have been, I've been incredibly blessed to have the parents that I did. They've been incredibly supportive to me and my brother and my entire family my whole life. But I think about not necessarily like things that have happened to me. I think about things that have happened to my children that they've been there to be able to be with as well.
No doubt.
So it's the three generations together at the same, and it's not like any big time that. Not like making a major league team or something like that, but just little moments where they get to experience their grandchildren and I get to experience both ends of it.
Yeah.
There's not much like that. It's incredible.
Achievements. Seeing her get on stage, this same thing. Seeing my little girl get on stage. My oldest is about to graduate.
Yeah.
It's going to be a big thing. Everybody's coming. Oh, yeah, we're going to go nuts.
Graduations hit me hard, DeMarco.
Yeah.
Hard.
And we're going to bring a whole lot of people up.
Yeah.
That's
cool.
Do weddings hit you guys hard?
Oh, God. Am I going to cry at my daughter's wedding? I'm going to be a mess.
No, even for people that aren't your children.
Oh, no. I don't. No.
Like,
never cried at a wedding.
No. The weddings that have hit, when my brother got married, it was emotional.
Yeah.
But just attending other people's weddings, not so much. I'm there to have a good time. I'm there for the party.
I get blubbery. I get the ceremony gets me.
Yeah.
Jorge, your parents have been there for a great achievement of yours.
Yeah, my first gig, TV. You were able to bring in it was a live audience thing, so I was working camera one of those, and I was able to bring my parents in. And then my first Lakers game ever.
Nice.
Michael gave me tickets, by the way, and then he's like, "Hey, man, you want to bring it?" They played against some team from the Middle East or something.
Okay.
And it was Kobe gonna be playing, and I wanted my parents to watch Kobe play. And they came over, and from section whatever they were sitting at, I'm waving at them, and they waved back, and
that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's
man,
true.
it was just one of those moments.
I saw my letter of intent.
Oh, that's a good one.
On the corner of my mother's bed.
Oh, that's cool.
Brother had the big production. I'll just here, Mom.
Yeah.
I'm going here.
You faxed it back in, didn't you?
Yeah, she did.
Were they at the Super Bowl?
Oh yeah, everybody was at the Super Bowl and at the Rose Bowl. I'm trying to think, the coolest thing was actually college graduation. That's where she went bonk, like she let it all out. Yeah, she was really, really crying for that.
Just to quickly circle back to the beginning of what we're talking about. If you haven't seen it, go to the Astros Twitter, and they posted a video of Cam Smith being told he made the team and his parents. It's incredibly touching.
Even now, if Maita's like singing at the Christmas, at school,
it's really cool.
When I made the Rams, you know what she said? I said, "Mom, I made it." Well, no, duh.
She knew.
Right, she knew. Yeah.
I think any surprise visit from your parents is going to make me emotional in general, especially like living so far from them, and so it's nice.
You haven't met my dad yet. Oh my God. Oh.
So take a turn. So it's Martin Short's birthday today. Happy birthday, Martin Short. He is 75.
Hey.
He's also dating Meryl Streep, which is quite the pull. Good job for him.
You're kidding me. Are you serious?
They've been dating for about
Does that not
2
add
years
up
now?
in your head the
Martin
way it does
Short
in
and
mine?
Meryl Streep?
I know.
No.
I know.
Oh my God.
I think their romance was kicked off because of their working together on Only Murders in the Building the past like 2 seasons or whatever. And it got me thinking. So Meryl Streep was, divorced for a little bit. So, but she's, looking for fun. She's looking for the next companion in this part of her life. So girls like the funny guy.
Oh.
DeMarco Patrick Cap.
Fact. Oh my God, yes, absolutely. Make them laugh, and you got a friend for life. Absolutely. Yeah, beauty is only
But you
skin
got a
deep.
friend.
I mean, you know what I mean. There's, you can define friends many
if
different
there's
ways.
Friends that have different.
Make them
Friends
laugh.
you go to Carmel with.
You got a friend for life. Absolutely, yes. Beauty is only skin deep. That's great. I never thought of that. Martin Short and Meryl Streep. Wow.
Mm-hmm. Trev?
It's fact. There are 3 ways. You can be really handsome. You can be very rich, or you can make them laugh.
Yep.
Those are the 3 things that you can do. That's it. And the rest of it is, good luck.
Right.
You're gonna have to check one of those 3 things. And funny is honestly maybe as powerful as handsome and rich.
Yeah.
Because that ages really, really well. Yeah, for sure.
You've
Fact.
seen, look at any male comedian's girlfriend, and think you can kind of see how that works.
Of course. Of course.
Look at Shane Gillis' girlfriend. He's doing pretty good.
Good looking?
I've never seen her,
before.
but I'm not surprised to find out that she is.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And he has 2 of the
dude
things
I
rich and
live
funny.
down the block from, and every time we see him and her, we like, clearly you outkicked your coverage, bro. And he goes, I make her laugh.
Yep, that'll do it.
That's it.
Jorge?
Yeah. Once if you could laugh and talk about anything, and just have a good time no matter what it is. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, so today was the anniversary of, in 2012, when James Cameron became the first person to visit the Challenger Deep, the deepest point on Earth in over 50 years. It's deep in the ocean.
It's in the Atlantic Ocean?
I believe so. And,
Yeah.
and James Cameron is obsessed with the ocean. He loves anything in the ocean. Titanic. He also does Avatar: The Weight of Water.
Yeah.
Like he loves the ocean. So I was listening to a podcast, and this girl was talking about how a question she asked on a date is, would you rather go to space or go to the ocean and explore the ocean? And that the answer tells you a lot about the person that you're with.
Oh.
So you would rather go to the depths of the ocean than go to space. Jorge, Patrick Cap.
Cap.
And fact is oceans, cap is space.
Yeah, Cap. I want okay, so if I say Cap, I want to go to space.
That is fact.
Yeah, because it's something. I just want to see us from outside. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
the world
totally.
from the outside.
Yep.
I would want to explore it. I mean, it's endless. The oceans are with that Mariana Trench. I think it's 7 miles deep. I think that's how deep it is.
Yep.
So I would like to see what's up there and what we look like from the outside.
Totally.
Travis?
I don't think I've ever done this in Factor Cap before. I don't have an answer because they both terrify me. They are both endless voids of death.
Well, there's one difference, though.
The ocean is so vast and so scary to me. Like, I don't even when my kids would be in the ocean at the beach and I could see them, it would terrify me. I have a recurring nightmare where my kids with me. They're on opposite ends of the beach and they're both in trouble. Where do you go? Right, and it's the worst dream I have.
Tear yourself in half,
and I don't know where to go, and the ocean's pulling them both out. Space is the exact same thing. It's just not wet. It's exactly the same thing. I'm terrified of both of them.
Right
and
there with
more
you.
Creatures in the ocean.
See, there's more things that could eat you. I don't think there's things in space that eat you yet.
Okay, fair.
Yeah, there's no air.
But
it's cold.
If there's a crack in the window, you get your eyeballs sucked out of your head.
Okay, but if you're down too far, the submarine collapses.
Like I said,
you implode,
that's
or
why
whatever
I
you call
choose
that.
neither.
But there's little things and big things swimming down there that have never seen light ever.
True.
I'd rather go to space. Absolutely.
Okay, fair.
Yes.
All right, so your space. But yeah, that's Factor Cap.
Yeah, I was watching Apollo 13 last night.
Tomorrow,
so,
they say, hey, we got an extra seat on the next rocket that goes to outer space. You're going to circle the Earth a few times. You're going to come back down. You in?
Let's go. Absolutely.
Really?
Do we have a backup? Hell yeah.
Let's
go.
But
with one condition, is there a backup ship to return? Because I don't want to be stuck up there for 9
Do I have a lightsaber?
You're going up there with the same risk that everybody else that takes that goes up there.
I need my blaster.
Let's go.
Wear my Darth Vader costume. Let's go.
Like a boat is super fun. Except for when you're in a boat and you can't see a piece of land anywhere.
Gets a little terrifying.
That's the worst.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like when we were flying to Hawaii a few weeks ago, over the, when you're over the ocean, obviously, and you look down, you're like, there's nothing out here.
Go to sleep, wake up, you're still over water. Yeah.
Awful, awful feeling. Factor Cap is brought to you by Joseph S. Normand, the law office of Joseph S. Normand. You got a lot of choices when it comes to your legal team, but with Joe, who was in here yesterday, family always comes first. 213-747-2000. That's the law office of Joseph S. Normand. 213-747-2000. And, of course, online at normandlegal.com. The Giants have signed Russell Wilson. Does that mean Shedeur Sanders is off the board? It's coming up. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
The fun way to drive home is with Sedano and Cap.
Weekdays after Mason in Ireland.
But I'm still working on my McVay. I like when he calls George. And I'm working on McVay. I haven't spent enough time on it yet. I'm working on it, though. I want to be able to do.
I appreciate you buttering me up, George.
I appreciate you buttering me up, George. I want to get it
towards
so that
the end. You got it a little more towards the end.
I want to get it.
AutoZone. Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
I need new rotors.
When you buy 2 Duralast rotors during our spring sale, you get Duralast brake pads free.
Free?
With the rotors.
Well, that's great. What if I need extra stopping power?
You can upgrade to Duralast Gold pads for just $10.
So Duralast pads are free?
Yep.
And an upgrade is just $10?
That's right. Part of the spring sale at AutoZone. Get in the zone, AutoZone. Restrictions apply.
Robinhood Gold members can now enjoy the VIP treatment, receiving a 3% IRA match on annual retirement contributions. With Robinhood Gold, the perks of the high net worth are now available for any net worth. The new gold standard is here with Robinhood Gold. To receive a 3% boost on annual IRA contributions, sign up at Robinhood.com/gold. Investing involves risk. 3% match requires Robinhood Gold at $5 a month for 1 year from first match. Must keep funds in IRA for 5 years. Go to Robinhood.com/boost. Robinhood Financial LLC member SIPC. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold LLC.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show on 710 ESPN.
I want to put my feet in the sand. I want to drink. I want to eat. I want to walk. I want to have the sun on my face. That's it.
Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
Boy, that dude's got 9 million followers on Instagram.
Who's that?
The dude with the routine guy.
Oh, the guy with the puts his face in the ice water and does the push-ups?
All he does is get up and put his clothes on.
Yeah, I don't know what to make of that.
There's a lot of people in the manosphere that I'm sure love him.
In the manosphere?
Yeah.
What's the manosphere?
I was going to ask
Just the group of
influencers?
It's like the bro podcasters turned into the bro followers about this maniacal, rigid routines. It's in the manosphere.
I respect the routine part of it. I really do. I really respect I just don't know what's so interesting about watching it.
I don't know. I don't get any of it. I mean,
yeah,
whatever.
I mean, he's probably has zero body fat. Does that interest you?
No, he's fit. I get
super
that
fit.
He's fit. That's cool. I mean, you got to be disciplined to be fit, but like
it's
okay.
What?
It's well lit, you know.
Yeah,
it's well lit.
Yeah, you're looking at it from a production.
Exactly. Oh, it's well lit. Okay, I'm
well
like
shot. It's well shot. It's well lit. Well edited.
I didn't know what the it was.
The video. The video production is well lit.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Production.
To me, it is so. I don't know. I don't like. This is Travis.
Yeah.
I do not like things that are so performative, that are so, to your point, Jorge, staged, that I'm going to put this thing out there in the world that is completely not real life. I don't like that.
Oh.
And I'm not saying he doesn't get up in the morning and do these things.
Obviously he does.
But
yeah.
Well, not obviously to me.
He can lie about those times.
But he has to do it one time, and you could shoot
Keep
the video.
doing it over and over again.
But I'm not even calling him out for being full of BS.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, okay, like
I've had this thing I've carried forever when I see people that are big, and I wonder how come you're not playing.
Yeah.
Because I think everyone should love football.
Okay.
But they don't. I get it. So when I see this dude, I'm like,
he did play football at Alcorn State.
Did he really? Like,
Yeah.
why aren't you playing
That's
now
where Steve McNair went,
when
right?
you
Yeah.
look this good? You look like a fantastic athlete.
Someone showed his highlights, and he was not very good.
Oh, he's. How can you be this big and this athletic and
did
suck?
you watch him run on the treadmill?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Super fast.
He looked a little clumsy to me.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
To me, he looked like he had heavy feet.
Look like Tarzan, play like Jane?
Well, it just like when you watch guys that are really fast and
Yeah,
it
yeah.
doesn't even sound like their feet are hitting the ground. Like it sounded like that treadmill was going to go through the floor.
This is the equivalent of seeing a dude that's 7'5".
Yeah.
That can't play basketball. That just, what are you doing with this besides putting it on video?
Yeah,
He's doing that, and he's also a personal trainer, I think.
Oh,
he trains
well, there you go.
people.
Okay,
That's the
makes
point.
sense.
Like, why?
It's working.
For what? You're right. It is
9 million people.
And it's missing me, and I get it. I'm in the minority, but
I'm telling you, can you do that, Trav? Can you do one with Trav? Do a
Yeah.
video with Travis?
I'll tell you what, we
do
use
the
a-
routine.
look,
all that's going to change is the timestamp in the corner with me in the bathroom.
Wait,
That's my
Don't
morning
worry,
routine.
a million people have done
7:09.
these timestamps.
Travis.
7:14.
7:49. 8:12.
All we need to do is have the ice bowl ready, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Travis, let's shoot it with your white sweater for today. Hey, go put on the black hoodie, come back, same bowl.
Yeah.
We just put a different day, different
Yeah.
timestamp.
There you
and
go.
it's-
You're
it's
telling me how the
it
sausage
was all
is made
It was
now,
all
see?
shot on the same day.
Like, I know why he's doing all these things, and it's just
Because we're talking about him.
no.
Oh.
I know why. I know why he puts his face in ice water. It's to wake you up. It's also for inflammation. I know why he does the banana peel because it's also for like wrinkles and stuff.
Oh, that's
it's
right. He
just
rubbed
like
the banana peel on his
it's
face.
just all
Really?
silly. He's also a bad. Dive is terrible.
His diet is bad?
His dive that he does in the video is
dive.
terrible.
Like the swimming dive?
Yeah, he clearly
Oh.
is not good at swimming, which
Oh.
which makes me funny because there'll be incredibly fit people that go to swim at the same place
Dude,
I go to swim
swimming's
and
hard.
can't swim to
Swimming's
save their lives.
hard.
Yeah.
Like to swim fast and to swim well, that's a real skill.
Or to
I
just
bet-
look good while swimming.
I bet he would
He's
sink.
not.
He's pretty big.
He's all muscle.
He's
You're going to
pretty big.
sink. Yeah.
He's pretty big. I got a quick one for you.
Shoot.
Is this super weird, a little weird, or not weird at all?
Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Let's say some guys that were in their mid-50s wanted to go watch a high school baseball game today that had 3 first-round draft picks potentially playing in that game, but they have no other children or anything.
Travis
in that game.
and G-Fish.
A little weird.
Little weird?
Not super weird. A little
Okay.
weird. A little weird.
Okay.
But you said 3 first-round picks on
There's 3 potential first-round picks.
And you like baseball.
I do.
You love baseball.
And it's in my neck of the woods.
It's a little weird.
Okay.
Yeah, you might have to explain yourself a little bit.
But here's my fear.
Yeah.
Is I see somebody there that I know, and they ask, what are you doing here?
Okay, if it were softball, you might have issues.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
It's baseball. It's high school
You always
baseball.
have the idea of, hey, I work in ESPN. I'm getting to see these potential draft picks. Do you have that?
Or I'm a PA announcer for another high school.
Yeah, but
or
that's
the same
football.
one. Hey, still, I just...
There's 3 maybe first-round picks.
It's a little weird.
Okay.
Just, I mean, slightly. Not even close to being really weird. Just
I don't
a little,
know anybody
yeah.
that's considering this. I'm just throwing this out there as a hypothetical. Not that somebody texted me this morning and said, hey, there's a game at 3, and then I may or may not
Where's the game?
At J. Sarah.
Okay. 3 first-round picks on this
3
team?
first. Best high school pitcher in the country.
Well, I mean, you're
and
good.
then 2 first-rounders potentially after that.
Remember-
It's Corona
yeah.
against RSM.
Remember Darius Miles?
Of course.
We used to go watch him play in high school.
Yeah.
Not related. You want to go see.
Okay.
He's a phenom.
Okay.
Makes? Yeah. You're good. Yeah.
I mean, I went to Bishop Amant High School to watch those kids play,
Yeah,
but it was my buddy
but
was
you
the
had
coach.
a friend
Yes.
who's coaching the team, so you get a dispensation. Oh, boy. And we're back. If you are, we're not having a tsunami, so
No.
we're all good? Okay.
Yeah.
That's the first tsunami warning I've heard.
It's Tsunami Awareness Week,
I've been told that
Is it really?
very unlikely to get tsunamis on the California coast just because of the way that the
Have we
plates are
ever
shifting.
had a tsunami?
So
I don't
we
know.
had the
Find out.
warning 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And I do think that we had abnormal wave patterns.
You get big surf occasionally.
No, it was that I went to the beach that day for some reason. Whatever. I was in Zuma Beach in Malibu, and the beach was 3 or 4 times as big as it usually is because the surf was so far out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we could have it.
We had that. Was a year ago? We had huge surf, and the strand in Hermosa didn't exist anymore.
Yeah, no, that happens occasionally.
That happens occasionally. But this was bad. Yeah.
Tsunamis are
That's-
where they
yeah.
come in. All of a sudden, the runways at LAX are
Everything's
20 feet
different.
underwater.
Yes.
That's a little different.
Tsunami. You'd know that if you watch White Lotus.
Wow.
Do I wait around for that to happen?
You should, instead of going to this creepy baseball game,
That's not creepy.
you should watch White Lotus.
No.
Not creepy.
No. 3 first rounders, Emily.
Yeah.
Best high school pitcher in the country.
Do you know the name
potentially.
of the pitcher?
I have it in my text thread.
It's a reason to go.
Yeah.
See?
I
He could be a Dodger.
Okay, so I reached out to a friend of mine that is a scout.
Yeah.
And I said, if I go to this game, am I going to see anybody good? And he goes, you're going to see this guy, and this guy. They all could go in the first round.
Ooh.
So I'm like, well,
You got to go.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so a little bit weird.
No, it's barely approaching strange. Not
Done.
weird. Yes.
Done. This isn't a last man standing, but you have a little over-under game for us coming up next, Em?
Yeah.
Love games.
Little over-under. That's next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
College hoops are crazy at the slots, crazy at the tables, and crazy on big screens everywhere you eat, stay, and play. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
Lucky gift giveaway. Get a 2.8 quart Dutch oven when you earn 500 points on your rewards card. April 1st, no fooling.
Number 2.
Neil, live June 20th.
And the number 1 reason.
We're giving away a Cadillac Lyric. Be here this Sunday at 10 to win.
Morongo, good times.
Mom, I need to lay low for a few days.
Lay low? What's going on?
I only paid for this Hyundai Tucson.
Christopher Allen Lynch.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. Get the car or SUV you want at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 2.99% APR for up to 72 months on the Hyundai Santa Fe, Tucson, or Elantra. See your SoCal Hyundai dealer. Offers end March 31st. Call 714-568-7676 for details.
Losing your home in a wildfire is devastating, and the fight for insurance money shouldn't make it worse. Jacob Imrani is helping families impacted by the Eaton fire, suing Southern California Edison, and holding insurers accountable.
First, I didn't know what to do. I heard what you were doing for my buddy by loading his car up. He calls me, he says, "Guess who's loading my car with water? Jacob Imrani." Right. I mean, for real. I said, well, I'm going to talk to Jacob.
Call him at 844-24-JACOB, 844-24-JACOB. Visit him online at calljacob.com, and together we are LA Strong.
Call Jacob.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer. Our policy is to provide equal opportunity employment, development, and advancement to all current and potential teammates. If you are an organization that maintains a job bank, provides employment information, or gives job referrals, you may request to be placed on the station's mailing list for future career opportunities. To learn more about careers at Good Karma Brands, please email careers@goodkarmabrands.com.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams. The Rams play here. KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A Good Karma Brands radio station. And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show on 710 ESPN.
I want to put my feet in the sand. I want to drink. I want to eat. I want to walk. I want to have the sun on my face. That's it.
Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
So last year, we made our predictions for Shohei Ohtani before the season started about how many hits he's going to have, how many home runs he's going to have, how many stolen bases we're going to have, what his batting average might be. And rest assured, we all underwent almost all of them.
Just about, right?
Because he had a crazy year. Yeah, sure.
Missed it by 2.
Dozen?
I missed it by 2.
Yeah.
So I have a couple for you guys, and we're going to do over-unders on this.
Okay.
Whether or not we're going to do over what I put or under what I put, okay? And I didn't go to a bookmaker for these. These are the Emily Hebel bookmakers.
Okay, the House of Hebel has put this line together.
And I kind of did by, like, the average of his years.
Okay.
So, like, on the higher end of the average of his years,
Gotcha.
whether or not we think it's going to be better or worse than that. So first up, I have stolen bases. Okay, last year, he had his career high, which was insane, 59, and we think that's going to come down. I think I'm setting the over/under at 25. His highest before last year was 26.
Yeah.
Okay. So, over, under 25 stolen bases for Shohei Ohtani. DeMarco, what do you think?
I'm looking at the same numbers. I'll go over.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go over.
Do you want to take a guess on the exact number?
I'll go exactly 26.
26, okay.
What was it, 52, 54 last year, right?
59.
No, I'm sorry, 59 last year. I'm looking at the wrong stat. You said about half that. Maybe I should go 30. Give me 27.
Okay,
27.
I'll write that down.
Yeah,
all right,
27.
Travis, over, under.
I'm going under, and I think it's going to go way under. I think with him at some point this season getting back on the mound, at considering he got injured sliding late last season, I think last season was the one-off for him to go nuts on the base paths because there was no chance of him pitching. I think it's way under. I think you and I, DeMarco, landed on 15 as kind of the number, so I think it's under comfortably.
Okay, Jorge.
I'm going to go over. I think, I don't know, put a number to it. Let's go 34.
Ooh, 34, okay.
A lot of bags.
That's a lot. That's a lot. I think...
I want my number to be in the singles. I'm going to say 9.
9?
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that I am going to go under as well, but I think I'm going to go around like 23.
Okay.
I think it's going to get pretty close to 20, 26, but I'm going to go under, but still in the 20s, so we have that. So, next up, home runs. The big boys. The things that we all turn on the TV to see.
I can't wait to hear the number you set this at.
Okay, so his high for home runs was 54, which is also last year. He has hit in the 40s twice, in the 30s once, and, under that, a couple other years. So my over-under is 35 home runs.
That's a great number.
35 home runs for Shohei Ohtani. And let's start with Jorge. Do you think that's over or under? And then what's your number guess?
I'm going to say over.
Smart.
I'm going to go 38. 38.
Okay.
Yeah.
38 home runs for Jorge. Travis.
I'm going to go over 2, but just barely. I think it's over 35, but less than 40. I'll take 37.
Okay, DeMarco.
Okay. To win the game, I'll go 38 because I think he's going to hit into the 40s.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll take 38.
Okay. I think that I'm going to go under. I think he's not going to play as much, as we all think he is. So I think I'm going to go under. But I probably will be very wrong. He's going to hit 75. Who knows?
Look, that's what's crazy. If he hit, let's say he hit 33, okay?
Yeah.
Which, by the way, is a really good season.
Yes. That's like a Max Muncy season.
33 home runs would be a really good season for everyone in baseball not named Shohei Ohtani or Aaron Judge.
Yeah.
And so the bar is ridiculously high for that guy, but I'd be surprised if he got to 40 again.
Okay. So next up, I'm going to do hits, just general hits.
Last year
he had 197. Jesus. Which is just crazy. And his average is around like 130-ish. So I set his over-under for hits at 135.
Oh.
Okay, so 135 hits for Shohei. Travis.
Over.
Yeah.
Over. That seems low to me. I don't think he's going to get close to 200 again, but I think he's going to have more than 130 some.
Mm-hmm.
Give me 155.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good pick.
Okay, DeMarco.
Over, give me 150. I'm looking at 151. Give me 159. We're on the same page.
Jorge?
I'm just trying to win it.
Yeah, I'm going to go over 152. 152.
Okay.
Keep in mind.
We're in the neighborhood.
I think most of us have gone over on most of these things or right around that he's going to pitch this year. I don't think he's going to make 20 starts, but he's going to pitch, and if he pitches, his production will come down. It's just inevitable.
Yeah, in the years that he has pitched is the years that he has gone under on this.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go over as well. I probably just didn't do the right number for this one, but I'm gonna go over, and I'll go like 140.
If the number DeMarco were at 150, you go under.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, last one that I have, unless you want me to make some up on the spot, I have batting average. Okay, so we're going to get over under this percentage of batting average. And for Shohei Ohtani, his highest was also last year at 375.
No, he didn't hit 375 last
310.
year.
I'm looking at...
You're looking at the wrong number.
Okay, then I don't know what I'm looking at then.
I think that was this year, 2025.
In spring training?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Two games this year. Yeah.
Yes. 310 is what he hit last year.
Yeah.
I'm looking at BA. Is that the correct thing?
Average.
That is. Yes.
So he had 310 last year. 375 is in this year. Yes, DeMarco. Okay. So my number, though, is going to be 280.
280. That's
okay.
good. That's
Whether
a good
he's going to hit
number.
over 280.
No way he hits
let's
under
start
that.
with DeMarco.
No way he hits under that. Right? You're looking at me funny.
I'm letting you set your number.
I need affirmation. There's no way he hits under 280, right?
You're on the clock.
I'll go over slightly. I'll say 290.
Okay.
That's still great.
It's very good.
Yeah.
Travis?
The 375 number, just for clarification, is what he's hitting this season in the two games in Japan. I do think he goes under, not by a ton, but I do.
Under 280? Wow.
You look at his numbers, he has hit 285, 286, 257, 273, and over 300 a couple of times. So he's kind of been above it and below it roughly the same amount of times. He's going to pitch this year. That number will come down. Not a ton, but I think it will, and I do think he's going to try to be a little bit more explosive, and I think he's under barely. I think he's probably somewhere in the 270s.
Do you want to put a number on that?
277.
277. All right.
Still good.
Jorge.
Yeah, very.
I'll go under at 2. You said he's between 250 and 270.
His lowest batting average that he's had in the major leagues has been
190.
257 in 2021.
I'll go 260.
190 was in that COVID season, so I'm throwing that out.
I'll go 260. Give me 260 under.
Okay, and then I'm gonna go over. I'm gonna go at like 285 is my guess.
Yeah, I think we're all kind of in the same
Either
general
line,
ballpark.
all four of us. It's an all-star line, no matter what.
Do you think that? Do you have any more, Em?
That's it. Unless
Okay.
you want me to make some up on the
No,
spot.
those are great. Those are great. Do you think a Dodger wins an award this year? Like, so we're talking MVP, Cy Young, Manager of the Year, like
Rookie of the Year,
Rookie of the Year, like the big boys.
Cy, maybe. You got a lot of arms.
Who would you put it on?
I wouldn't rule out Snell.
No, he's won it
I
twice
wouldn't
before.
rule him out. Couldn't be Sasaki. Maybe Yamamoto, but by that I would go with Snell first.
I think Snell's the most likely guy to get it, but I don't think he's going to get it. And I don't think anybody on that in the rotation will win a Cy Young. Simply, they're going to stagger these guys. I don't know if anybody's going to be able to stack a bunch of crazy numbers.
Gold Glove?
So, but I'm just kind of staying with the pitchers.
okay.
Yamamoto, they're not going to tax because last year he missed a bunch of time. Sasaki's a kid, just getting started.
Right.
Glasnow has a long history of being down, so they're going to be cautious with him. Otani's coming back mid-season, so it's not going to be him.
Okay.
So that basically leaves
the best
Snell.
candidate, right?
That leaves Snell, who's won it twice before. He'd have to be and to win it on the Dodgers. I think there's going to be a Dodger tax that comes along with a lot of this stuff.
Yeah,
the Dodger fatigue, whatever you want to call
but if
it.
He's killing it.
He'd have to kill it.
Yeah,
he'd have to be like there's no
close
other,
to 2 or under.
Yeah, well, there's no other.
Yeah.
If you don't give it to him, it's offensive.
Yeah.
It would have to be one of those situations.
When there's probably out there like a Paul Skeens who's like playing on a team, doesn't get a lot of recognition, who was in the Cy Young talk last year, and if he stays healthy this season, could be challenging. And if you're a baseball writer or whoever makes the decision, and you're choosing between Blake Snell, who's won it twice,
pick a new guy,
or Paul Skeens to pick the new guy.
Are you good because you're on the Dodgers, or are the Dodgers good because of you?
Yeah, it's a good question. But the pitching is kind of you're just doing what you're doing. If nobody hits you, even if you win in 10-1, you still only give up one.
That's what I'm saying. If you're the guy, you're the guy.
If you're winning a bunch of games because you're winning 8-7,
that's different.
But that's
so. What else would it's Cy
MVP?
Well, MVP. Well, okay, maybe. Oh, Shohei
I got
again.
One for you. Go ahead. So Shohei's won 3 already.
Yeah,
he's gone back to back. Okay, to go 3 in a row would be just. And
he's still that guy.
He's still that guy for sure. But I think the Dodger fatigue / tax kind of
the LeBron fatigue aspect of it. Yeah.
If he's flirting with 40-40 again and he's pitching,
hard to say no.
Dodger tax be damned. He's still the guy.
Yes, if he does that, then yes. But let's just say it's really, really good and he's one of the candidates. I don't think he gets it. Like if there's 3 or 4 guys that you could look at and say, yeah, they're all worthy.
Yeah.
I think he finishes towards the back.
Okay, fair. Especially if there's a new guy making a run.
Yeah.
If you want to promote the game too.
If I take Otani off the board,
okay.
I take Mookie off the board.
Freddie? No.
So this is where it gets interesting. If you had to pick an MVP on the Dodgers that is not Mookie or Otani,
Freddie.
You think it's Freddie?
Freddie.
Even at this point in his career?
He's got the biggest hit of last year.
That's last year.
But he would be my third guy. We said it yesterday. He's your third best player.
He is.
Yeah.
He's your third best player, but I don't think he's the most likely to kind of pop up and win an MVP.
Max Muncy, who? Will Smith?
Nope, you just said it.
Max Muncy?
I think so.
Come on.
Let me paint you a picture.
I was kidding.
Let me paint you a picture.
Okay.
Otani, Mookie, Freddie all have great years.
Yes.
Okay, they're having they're doing what they do, but nobody statistically kind of erupts in a meaningful way. Okay.
Max did what?
Max Muncy has always kind of, assuming he's healthy, has always kind of floated around home runs in the mid to mid-high 30s.
I knew you were going to say that. What? He bangs out 40 home runs?
He hits 50.
Oh my God!
Which, by the way, is not as crazy as it sounds.
32, 35, 35, 12, 36.
Max Muncy hits 35, 36 home runs a year. Let's say he stays healthy and relatively hot. You don't think there's 12 extra home runs in that bat?
I'm looking.
That's 2 a month. That's 2 more per month.
He's never been beyond 36.
Nope, that's his high. But let's say he gets up to 48, 49, and the Dodgers are awesome all over again. Rolling. And he's the MVP or the RBI machine. He's the guy that he's the team leader in homers.
There's no way in hell Max Muncy wins an MVP if Mookie's healthy, if Otani's healthy, if Freddie Freeman's healthy. There's no way he wins the MVP.
Probably not.
You can't sell that.
But to break out of those guys, that's honestly MVP worthy.
You just be a guy having a great year. You will not be MVP in that group. Come on.
Probably not.
Yeah.
But let's say Otani hits 28.
Okay.
Mookie has a good year, but not an MVP caliber year. And Freddie, for the first time ever, is just so ever slightly showing his age.
Okay. Then you'd have
but
to say...
But they're all pretty good.
Max Muncy is leading the team.
Yeah.
You would have to say he's the driving force behind the Dodgers.
I'm just saying that
Okay.
I
like where you're going.
I wouldn't bet my car on it.
Yeah.
But if Max Muncy hit 44 home runs, notice how I keep lowering the number.
Of course you do. But you would say the reason he's hitting home runs is because
that is the part that I got no response for.
Right.
I have another award that someone could win this year. Again, if we're taking like the over/under at like 0.5 awards, will someone get one? If the Dodgers get to 110 wins, 115 wins, do you think that Dave Roberts gets Manager of the Year, or is it just because, hey, you should do this? You're supposed to get 115 wins if you are, and he has one Manager of the Year.
Is the question, do I think he will, or do I think he should?
Do you think if he gets to 115 wins, do you think he will win Manager of the Year?
No. And I think he should, but I don't think he will, because everybody will look at that team and go, well, of course. You could have
There's no way you win Manager of the Year with this team.
I don't. Yeah, exactly right.
Unless you go undefeated.
It would have to be something. So it would have to be the all-time record.
You'd have to break some sort of win streak in the season, like games in a row or whatever.
If they won 120 games, then I think he gets it. I think the record's won 16 or 17.
Yeah.
But if he's got won 13 or 14, it's not the record, and it's like, well, yeah, you have 14 All-Stars on your team. What do you expect? Of course, you're going to win 100-plus games.
He won the Manager of the Year in 2016.
Okay.
That's almost 10 years ago.
I know.
He could have won it every year.
He's the winningest manager in the history of baseball. He's won the World Series twice. He's been to the World Series 4 times.
But I mean, how often did Bill Belichick win Coach of the Year? How often did Andy Reid win Coach of the Year? It's oftentimes you award the coach that did the most with the least.
I want one more on our over-under game. And we'll just pick a number. Like, we're on the record because opening day, I guess opening day is a couple of days ago. So factor in the fact that they're 2-0. How many games do they win this season?
We said this. Vegas had them at what?
105.5.
I picked the over. I said 110. I think
110?
Did I say 110 or 115?
We're giving you a chance to pick whatever you want right now.
Okay, then I'll split the baby. Give me 112.
112 for DeMarco. Jorge.
Yes.
108.
108. M?
105.
105. I'm gonna Prices Right this thing, and I'm gonna go.
Wait, Parker's about to lean in. You got one?
I'm gonna say 101.
Really?
I'm gonna say 101, and here's why. I listened to a podcast
Party
this morning.
pooper. Yeah.
But that's what's so crazy.
Yeah.
That 101 is the Dodgers since they moved to LA. You know how many times they've won more than 108 games?
How many?
Twice.
Okay, so it's rarefied air to do it.
Now, the other question is, well, when did that happen? It's happened twice in the last,
Okay. I
6
may be
years.
intoxicated. You may be right.
So,
Go ahead.
But I think
101.
Baseball will baseball at some point. You know what I mean? That 116 is crazy. 110 is crazy. And so a good season would be like 8 or 9. If they even have a little bit of a rough patch or a little bit of they're missing some guys or some guys are down.
101, right?
I'm going 101.
You actually see 61 losses.
Yeah.
Where?
Yeah.
How?
I mean, that I don't have a good answer
61
for.
losses.
The how is you're going to hate my answer.
Go ahead.
Baseball. That's how.
But someone has to be injured.
Well,
you're making
that's
mistakes.
That's baseball.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, of course. I mean, if DeMarco, if they play well, they're not going to lose. If they stay healthy, they're not going to lose.
That's
like
what
that.
I mean. Yeah,
but that's
even
not
if
how
you
it goes.
break down in certain positions, you have redundancy.
Yeah,
it's baseball.
I hear you, but that's never how it goes. That guys do get hurt. Guys do underperform. Some guys will overperform, but I think when you kind of if you take what the average happens, they will be somewhere in the low hundreds.
I would, but this is not. I've never seen a baseball team like this.
Good argument.
It's not an average baseball team.
No,
that's what I'm saying.
Not.
Right.
LeBron talking J.J. Redick. That's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
The countdown is on. In just 7 days, LAFC battle Inter Miami
in the CONCACAF Champions Cup quarterfinals from BMO Stadium.
Pour it on in black and gold.
The two biggest clubs in MLS
and some of the biggest soccer icons around the globe. Giroud,
Messi,
Lloris,
Suarez,
Bouanga,
Busquets.
LAFC versus Inter Miami.
Oh my goodness, Denise!
7 days away.
And you can live it all here on 710 ESPN
and the ESPN LA app.
Next Gen is the official AC, heating, plumbing, and electrical company of SoCal sports fans. That's right. Next Gen is the absolute best in the biz and have thousands of 5-star reviews to prove it. Looking for an all-star deal on home comfort? Call NextGen. For just $14.99 a month, you'll score year-round coverage on all your heating, air conditioning, and plumbing needs. You heard that right. For just $14.99 a month, you'll experience year-round coverage and comfort. No unexpected timeouts, just total peace of mind. NextGen members receive annual heating and AC tune-ups, water heater flushes, plumbing inspections, and more. Plus, unlock guaranteed 2-hour priority service appointments and unlimited free diagnostics for your friends and family. Sign up today to become a NextGen VIP. NextGen is the only name you need to remember to keep your home safe and comfortable all season long. Call 833-3-NEXTGen. That's 833-3-NEXTGen or visit nextgenaironplumbing.com.
NEXGEN. Call 833-3-NEXTGen.
Hey, LA, let's talk trash. Food waste, that is. Tossing your food scraps in the regular trash sends them to landfills where they release harmful gases like methane. Fight global warming by simply sorting your food scraps and placing them in your green bin. It's quick, it's easy, it helps protect our planet. Ready to do your part? Visit cleanla.com or call 888-CLEAN-LA for more tips. This message funded by Cal Recycle.
Collectors, Frobro Card Show is back at the Pasadena Convention Center on March 29th and 30th. Baseball, football, basketball, and hockey cards, plus Pokemon, Marvel, Star Wars, and comic books. SGC, Beckett, CGC, and JSA will be there. So bring your cards, comics, and autographs to sell, trade, or get them graded. Hundreds of vendors, thousands of dollars in free prizes. Don't miss it. Frobro Card Show, Pasadena Convention Center, Saturday and Sunday, March 29th and 30th, 11 to 5. For more info, go to FrobroCardShow.com. That's FrobroCardShow.com.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Who's cutting down the nets this year? Get in on all the tournament action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Go from tracking the latest upsets to placing bets in just a few taps. Right now, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code USL to get started today. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
For a limited time at Verizon, you can get our best price ever. That's 4 lines on unlimited welcome for just $25 a line per month with autopay plus taxes and fees. You'll also get the new iPhone 16 Pro, 4 of them for the entire family when you trade in up to 4 phones from our top brands. That's a new phone for everyone, only on the network you can count on. Verizon. Visit a store today. 20 monthly promo credits applied over 36 months with a new line on unlimited welcome. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Additional terms apply for phone offer. See Verizon.com for details.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN. Your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
Why are you here, Greg?
We're talking about the Dodgers.
I love.
Wait,
I
hold
love,
on.
Love,
Sit
love.
down.
Yeah.
Sit down. This is fun. Emily, get those questions up again.
Yeah, but before he was here, you know.
Oh, before.
We like to ask.
Can we? You
why
do
are
the
you
Blue
here?
Review. Can we ask you questions about the Dodgers and put you
absolutely
on
can.
record?
Of course you
Oh,
can.
yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Do you? Let's do the
Can I get a
win-loss.
headset?
How many?
So I can
pick your
hear
number.
Emily? Hold on. I want to be able to hear
Dang!
Emily.
Look at you, beating everything up. I like it.
While you get plugged in, I will ask you the first question because you can hear me in here.
Go ahead.
Pick your number for win total for this season.
Vegas has,
Vegas has it at 105.5.
Yeah, I got it at 104.
Okay.
You're under.
I
You're
am
picking the under.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's going to be times that they're going to lose games. They're not winning 115 games. Like, that's just insanity. So,
At full.
there's
full
going to
health.
be injuries. There's going to be times when they're going to just like sit guys out for a little while because they want them to rest, put them on the 15-day IL. Your pitching staff is going to be up sometimes, down sometimes. They're going to lose games.
That's 59 losses, right? I
What
think?
he said?
Yeah, 59 losses.
Would you say 103?
104.
104.
Where were you?
101.
58.
Yeah, see, so basically the same reasoning, I'm assuming.
Okay.
Yeah.
To your point, if they stay healthy, they're going to win way more than that.
That's what I'm saying. Okay.
To assume health, I think, is a mistake because
The reason I
they
can
don't
is you
stay
have
healthy.
so many guys.
It's a good argument.
That you can rest enough pitchers.
It's a good argument.
You can.
It really is.
Yeah.
But you're like some of those guys, like you don't know what Tony Gonsolin's going to be. I mean, Dustin May looked great last night.
He
It was
sure
also
did.
the last. He looked fantastic.
Oh, my gosh.
But it's also the last game of spring training, and like as Eric Caro said,
was
you
so
just
funny.
swing at every first pitch you possibly can.
See, okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Okay. What was the other? Oh, Shohei Ohtani. A home
All right,
runs.
you want me to go through
Yeah.
all of them?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. So first thing we're gonna do stolen bases.
Stolen bases.
Over under. I have it set at, and this is the Emily Hebel booking of it all.
This is the best booking we
House
have.
of Hebel.
House of Hebel. I like it.
25 stolen bases.
Under.
Okay. And what is your number?
Probably around 20.
What'd you have? You're
I
in
had
the single
9.
digits.
You had
Okay.
9?
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to steal that much.
I
He
don't
did
think he's
change
gonna.
his stealing style. He changed his entire slide.
In the
this
words
offseason.
of Ricky Waters, for who, for what?
For who,
Yeah,
for
what's the
what?
point? You already did 50-50. You got 59.
Yep.
That you know you can.
I thought stealing was to win games.
They're going to win games without him running the
You
bases
don't
like
need him
that.
to steal bases.
He also
okay, say
hurt
that makes sense.
He also hurt his shoulder while
Yep.
stealing a base.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. What was the other one?
Home runs.
Home runs.
We have it set at 35.
Over.
Okay. What's your number?
Probably around 52.
Oh, okay. You're in the 50s.
You went big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big. He was 54 last year.
54 last
When
year,
he's not
career
pitching.
high. Not pitching.
Not pitching, but
Yeah.
he's also not going to pitch.
I went
until-
over,
No.
but just barely. I think he's like 37, 38.
Nah, I think he's still going to hit in the 50. I think he wants to show that he's still a
If
power
he hits
hitter.
in the 50s, he's going to win
Forget
again.
it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
I
Tell
think
him
he's
your
going to
Max
win again.
Muncy idea. That's what I wanted to
So
get
I made a case for Max Muncy to win the MVP. I don't
Is this
think
gonna be?
it's-
Is this gonna be like my Will Smith to win the MVP last
you
year?
pick the- okay.
I'll tell you, that was at the early season. He was hitting so well. I was like, watch out for Will Smith.
I'm calling it, but I don't want to say before the season started because they played 2 games, that the other 3, we know who the other 3 are,
Yep.
are all good but not extraordinary. And Muncy has a career high in homers, and he hits something like 46, 47 home runs.
It'll be his first time at 40.
I know. It's career. We would say 37 is his career high?
36.
36, yeah.
So 30, and it's a big jump, but he also misses time typically. If he can
52
stay healthy,
if he goes 52 bombs.
if he hit 50, if he hit 46, 47 home runs, which by the way is 2 more a month. I know that's not nothing, but it's not crazy. And he is the Dodger home run leader. He's the RBI leader. He's the slug leader. He's the OPS leader.
Let me explain something. If Max Muncy wins the MVP,
Yes.
just give us the trophy right now.
Oh, that's it. Okay.
That's
Let's
because
do
that
it.
would
Yeah.
be ridiculous.
All he would take though is a bad week in October, and they're out. So
very much.
all of the October stuff.
They're
is,
the greatest team in history of baseball if Max Muncy is your MVP.
I like it. And what are the other ones?
Right. We got. Do you want me to adjust the hits because we all went one
No,
way?
see what he
okay.
says.
So we got hits at 135.
For Shohei, over 2.
Yeah.
So he can get up. He gets close to 200 at times.
He had 197 last year.
Yeah, he's going to be somewhere around like 178, 180.
So you want to stick with 178 as your number?
178, sure, over.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Last one. We have batting average, and batting average is I said it
He was
at
310 last year.
280.
280 over. He's going to still be. Well, he's a career like 275.
He's hit over 280 as many times as he's hit under 280.
Right. So it's like right in that exact same spot.
Yep.
I'll still go over. I'll go at 292.
We're all kind of
all in the same
277.
neighborhood. Yes.
277?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's not. He strikes out a lot.
Strikes out a ton.
Oh, we should have done strikeouts.
On the mound or at the plate?
Yeah,
right.
right.
At the plate, yeah.
Is there another one, Em? This is fun.
That's all I did, but I
Okay.
can do another one off the top of my head if you guys want me to.
What do you got?
Give me okay. I'll just do strikeouts. I'm just gonna randomly put it at a number, kind of based on what he's done in the past.
How many you have last year?
$1.62.
Last year he had. That's not correct. Oh, 2024. He had 162 strikeouts. So I'm gonna set this about at 150 strikeouts.
150.
That's nice, right on the number.
Over.
150 strikeouts over under.
He was
Let's start
162
with,
last year.
Yep.
Let's start with Travis.
I'm going to go over. I'm going to go over. He's gone over that number 1, 2, 3 of the last 4 years. I'm going to assume he goes over it again.
All right, Greg.
Over also for those exact reasons. And he strikes out a lot.
Yeah.
So over 175.
It also could be the one last thing of his repertoire that he wants to master. He wants
to
hit
360.
Right.
Yeah.
360. He strikes out like 20
with
times.
45 strikeouts. Yeah.
Right.
He's Barry Bonds where he gets intentionally walked instead of striking out.
DeMarco.
I'm going over. He's got one already. Yeah, I'm going over. What was the number again?
150.
150.
How many does he have already?
One.
One? Oh,
Yes.
actually, in 2 games, one.
One.
Not bad for
Yeah.
Shohei.
I'll go 152.
Okay, and Jorge.
Strikeouts. Yeah.
Yeah, with the guys, with the crowd over.
I'll just play numbers and go under. Just for the heck of
Just
it.
have a difference.
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
it. I like it.
All right, so that's the last one. Unless you guys want me to do another off the top of my head.
that
Thanks,
was
guys.
fun. Yes, thank you.
What are you
Awesome.
What are you looking at? You're getting very.
I'm
Are you
just-
on Baseball Reference right now? And you're like
trying
really
to-
full.
Don't worry about where I am.
Max Muncy for MVP.
Are you clicking all the buttons? Making sure. What did Muncy do
He's
between
voting.
2021 and 2023?
Keep your brain out of my laptop.
Wow.
I may or may not have been looking up how many people have won the MVP 3 years in a row.
Oh, how many?
Because it looks like just one.
Who?
Barry.
Of course.
Barry.
Oh, yeah, of
okay.
course.
Okay.
Barry won it 4 times.
Who we
in a
have
row.
already cast and
Yes.
who is going to play him in the biopic.
Yeah.
Who is going to play him in the ball?
We should. Trammell Tillman, who plays Mr. Milchick on Severance.
Oh, Mr. Milchick on Severance. Okay. Yeah. No, that'd be a good one to do.
Yeah.
Just make his head gigantic.
He's a pretty good hitter.
He was a pretty good hitter.
He's a pretty good hitter.
Every once in a while, I watch highlights of Barry Bonds. I know I should hate him, but
Not
he
if you
was
like baseball.
He was ridiculous. There would be times. I think it was who was it? It was Tom Glavine. I don't know. It was a pitcher from back then. Was talking about how they used to attack him. So no matter what you did,
That was Maddox.
it was Maddox. Yeah, it was Maddox. How you attack him, because if you didn't walk him, if you put it anywhere around the plate at any point, it was gone. It was gone.
Remember those grids that ESPN used to do on Sunday Night Baseball, where they'd have the box and it would be broken into 9 different quadrants.
They were all red.
And the lower the average, the bluer it would get, the hotter, the redder it would get.
Yeah.
The entire 9-square grid was flaming red.
For Barry?
All of it.
For Barry.
It was the most ridiculous thing
In a
I've ever
baseball
seen.
way, do me a favor. Explain he gets 1 pitch to hit a night.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
That means one of 2 things.
I'm pitching around him. I'm giving him 1 strike.
I am not putting the ball in the strike zone. I would rather pitch to every other guy in the lineup than you, so I'm not going to throw you a hittable pitch.
Yep.
I'm gonna.
So what forces you to throw him a strike?
I miss.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But they said intentionally. I'm giving
well,
you 1 pitch.
It could be intentional too, where I think I'm going to try to get ahead.
Okay.
And I'm going to, first pitch of an at bat. There's nobody on and 2 outs in an inning.
That's what I was trying to
I'm
get
going to
to.
attack you.
Okay.
But more often than not, with a guy like Barry, I made a mistake.
It's never pitched to Barry with a bag open.
Yeah, it was
right?
either a mistake or there was bases loaded, and you were
You have
actually
to.
in that game, and you have to pitch to him.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, but they also did intentionally walk him at times with the
And
bases
they walked
loaded.
a run in. Yeah.
Barry, Chipper Jones was telling a story the other day
No,
that
it
I
was
thought was
Chipper.
great. Chipper was saying that they played a game a series against the Braves where Barry swung the bat 3 times in the whole series.
That's what I was watching. It was that exact clip.
Took it off his shoulder 3 times
Wow.
in one 3-game series.
Yeah.
He hit 2 walk-off home runs and a double off the wall.
and those are back-to-back nights.
Yes.
That they walk off into the water
I don't
over
care what
the
he
And
wall.
Bobby Cox lost his mind. It's like, what part if we don't pitch to this guy don't you understand?
Why are you challenging him?
Yes, anybody but that guy. And I don't
care what he took.
Shohei
That was
might be the
amazing.
greatest player I've ever seen. Maybe you guys do, but he ain't that.
No, that was the best hitter I've ever seen
He's
in the
not
history
that.
of the game.
Shohei's season last year is something like the 8th best season in Barry Bonds' career.
Yeah.
That's the crazy thing. Like his OBP is something that just some astronomical level every single year.
Yeah.
Wasn't it because of him they made those guys take the armor off? The
They
elbow?
still have it.
They have it.
I thought it was going all the way up to the shoulder.
Yeah, Barry had a lot of it.
A lot of it,
but,
okay,
But
yeah.
they some guys have it.
Still the armor? Okay.
Mm-hmm. I think Shohei has armor.
He does. Shohei's
But
got
not all the way. It got ridiculous.
No,
He's got
wild.
He's got elbow, he's got wrist, he's got feet,
The whole
he's
nine.
got shin.
It's a big part of his
his
elbow.
legs have armor.
Does that piss you off?
Haven't you seen it?
I didn't love it.
Twists it. It was like
Huh?
it's like
I didn't
pump.
love it.
You didn't love it?
No.
What didn't you love?
It eliminated the armor. It eliminates my ability to move you off the plate the way that I would like to.
It's a walk.
Gotcha.
Just I'll take it and go to first.
You're not. Fear has been removed.
Right.
Guess the only place that you're scared now?
Head.
Up high.
Yes.
And I don't want to do that because that's dangerous, right? One of the rules, and I know guys like, you don't.
What was that?
You don't throw at people's heads.
No.
You just don't do that.
Yeah.
Now it happens occasionally because sometimes
On
you
accident,
miss.
right.
But the occasions where people go headhunting are very, very rare. But the occasions where I'm coming in on purpose because I need to move you back to get you out over there.
Right. But it's not a headshot.
I'm trying to get you out of the way. I'm trying to get you to back up. But if you're covered in shoulder pads, I can't move you.
Makes sense. Makes sense. You've never thrown at a guy's head intentionally?
No.
Ever?
No, I've thrown at people on purpose, but I've never
up top.
Never up top. Never.
I'm being told to get close for you to get closer to the mic.
Who told you that? Chris again? Who told you that? Damn.
I don't know.
Damn.
We'll try to figure it out during Hot Gold. That's going up next.
Have fun in Carmel. Okay.
710 ESPN.
The fun way to drive home is with Sedano and Cap.
Weekdays after Mason in Ireland.
But I'm still working on my McVeigh. I like when he calls George, and I'm working on McVeigh. I haven't spent enough time on it yet. I'm working on it, though. I want to be able to do.
I appreciate you buttering me up, George.
I appreciate you buttering me up, George. I want to get it
towards
so that,
the end. You got it a little more towards the end.
I want to get it so that when McVeigh comes on, I can McVeigh him.
Sedano and Cap today at 3 p.m.
on 710 ESPN.
At Children's Hospital Los Angeles, we're a nationally recognized leader in pediatric care, honored by U.S. News and World Report as one of the best in the country. Here, we achieve amazing breakthroughs that change lives. From groundbreaking cancer therapies that offer new hope to young patients, to advanced heart procedures that save lives, we partner with families to conquer challenges and achieve extraordinary outcomes. Choose the best care for your child at chla.org.
Mom, I need to lay low for a few days.
Lay low? What's going on?
I only paid for this Hyundai Tucson.
Christopher Allen Lynch.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. Get the car or SUV you want at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 2.99% APR for up to 72 months on the Hyundai Santa Fe, Tucson, or Elantra. See your SoCal Hyundai dealer. Offers end March 31st. Call 714-568-7676 for details.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. And our Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins that are healthier for you. Like hormone-free chicken, ribeye steak, wild-caught salmon, and shrimp. Our steamed vegetables and signature salads are made fresh for you. Our sauces are more flavorful for you, from sweet and spicy to fiery hot. Download the Waba Rewards app or order online at wabagrill.com. Waba Grill, it's for you.
Cap here. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt. With years of experience and a passion for helping people, if you've got water damage at home, call Avner Gatt today. 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. That's 818-917-5256. Avner Gatt. Your claim, our game.
Losing your home in a wildfire is devastating, and the fight for insurance money shouldn't make it worse. Jacob Imrani is helping families impacted by the Eaton fire, suing Southern California Edison, and holding insurers accountable.
First, I didn't know what to do. I heard what you were doing for my buddy by loading his car up. He calls me, he says, guess who's loading my car with water? Jacob Imrani. Right. I mean, for real. I said, well, I'm going to talk to Jacob.
Call him at 844-24-JACOB, 844-24-JACOB. Visit him online at calljacob.com, and together we are LA Strong.
Call Jacob. Collectors, Provo Card Show is back at the Pasadena Convention Center on March 29th and 30th. Baseball, football, basketball, and hockey cards, plus Pokemon, Marvel, Star Wars, and comic books. SGC, Beckett, CGC, and JSA will be there. So bring your cards, comics, and autographs to sell, trade, or get them graded. Hundreds of vendors, thousands of dollars, and free prizes. Don't miss it. Provo Card Show, Pasadena Convention Center, Saturday and Sunday, March 29th and 30th, 11 to 5. For more info, go to ProVroCardShow.com. That's ProVroCardShow.com.
Who's cutting down the nets this year? Get in on all the tournament action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Go from tracking the latest upsets to placing bets in just a few taps. Right now, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code JQ to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Evan Cohen here. Picking a place to build a life is a lot like selecting a draft pick. Make a decision that will set you up for long-term success. Pick Wisconsin. In Wisconsin, you'll find dynamic career opportunities, beautiful seasons, affordable living, and legendary weekends. From its high quality of life and great schools to its fine arts, culinary, and pro sports scenes, Wisconsin gives you so much to look forward to. That's why you should pick Wisconsin. Learn more about making Wisconsin your home. Visit pickwisconsin.com.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN. Your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now. As you know, we've welcomed the new partner here at 710 ESPN, Next Gen. Next Gen, the official AC, heat, and plumbing company of SoCal sports fans.
You're as cold as ice.
Call 833-3-NEXTGEN, N-E-X-G-E-N, or visit nextgenairandplumbing.com. Time for our feature we do 3 days a week. Who's hot? Who's cold? Thanks to Next Gen. Boy, time for Who's Hot? Who's Cold? Take it away, Producer M.
Aloha.
Aloha.
Odi.
Now that I've returned from my bookmaking duties, what's hot is Alex Lotus.
Wait, you wrote him? Wow.
Alex Lotus, because he is a Florida State baseball player, and this is what he did last night against Florida. He hit a walk-off grand slam against his team's number one rival, Florida. And not only that, he completed the cycle with that home run.
Oh, my God.
That's pretty great.
What a
How
day.
insane of a night is this for this college baseball player who, whatever he does for the rest of his career, he will remember last night.
What a day.
I know I'm a baseball nerd, and I hate the fact that Greg knew I was looking at Baseball Reference when he caught me staring at my computer, but getting 4 hits in a game doesn't happen very often. Right? Just 4 hits in a game, that's a night of your life.
Yeah.
4 hits. Like, that doesn't happen. 4 hits, and you had a double, a triple, and a homer to go with whatever else you got going on. I mean, forget about it. To walk to a grand slam doesn't happen very often. To have a walk-off doesn't happen very often. All of those things together against your rival?
Oh,
give me a break.
That's it. You've reached the mountaintop.
Yeah.
This is what you dreamed about.
Does football have like an in-game kind of thing where like you're checking boxes?
I was going to ask you. My personal was this is versus the Jets. 3.5 sacks.
That's pretty
pick,
good.
An interception, a forced fumble, and I missed the recovery.
All in the same game?
All in the same
That's
game.
an incredible game.
I missed,
3.5 sacks?
Yes, and I missed the recovery.
Who was the quarterback of the
Boomer
Jets?
Esiason. And I
Boomer
never
must
let him
hate
forget
your
it. Oh, my
guts.
God, yes. Hey,
Yeah.
Boomer, it's me again.
Killing that guy.
Yeah. The guard, his guard went missing. A guy named Carlton Hasselrig. He went missing the night before the game.
Oh, boy. So backup?
Yeah, they brought a tackle in. I'm like,
Yeah.
are you kidding? Okay, yeah. 3.5 sacks. A pick, a forced fumble, and missed the recovery.
So I'm trying to think, like, that's pretty darn close. But had you scored, I think that's a football cycle.
Like a pick six.
Yeah.
Like to get in the, like you picked up the fumble and ran it in.
For a big,
it's
if you
gotta
get
be
the
hard.
ball, I count that as scoring. For a skill guy, sure, right.
But you did get the ball. You had a pick.
Right, but it was one of those, it was just kind of like in the air, and I caught it and ran.
Still counts. Like, look, because in cycle, if I get sawed off and I just hit a little flare over the first baseman, that's a hit.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Quarterback would be what?
What Josh Allen did.
3 and
Run
3.
one, catch one, throw one.
Okay, that would be unbelievable. And
Yeah,
that was unbelievable.
first time it had
against
ever
your,
happened.
But against your rival.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Pretty great.
Another thing, too, like if you got a sack every possession you were out in the field. Like if you went out there 5 times, you got a sack 5 times.
That's pretty good.
Bryant Young from the Niners did something I always wanted to do at every level and never could. He got a sack on consecutive plays.
Oh.
So first down sack, second down sack again. I'm like, oh, I want to do that so
You never
bad.
did that?
Never.
Oh,
Not
okay.
even in high school.
Really?
No. Nope.
That
Never.
surprises me.
Never.
Okay.
Never.
That must be much harder than I would have guessed.
I mean, you got to be a badass.
No,
for that.
I'm not saying that,
Yeah.
but I mean, you had 3 sacks in one game. Like they didn't
Split
just,
over 4 quarters.
I get it,
Not
but you would think that
Yeah.
the tackle that was on you would have 2 bad plays in a row, or you'd have 2 great plays
Or
in a
he'd
row.
throw the ball. Right, something.
Yeah.
Right.
That's funny. I never thought of that.
And maybe like for kicking, it could be like a 30, 40, 50, 60-yarder you
Ah,
hit in the
yeah.
game or something
Could
like
be
that. Yeah.
basketball, maybe a quadruple double.
Yeah, that could be.
Because
That's got to be the hardest thing in the world to do.
What's that?
Hit
Cycle?
for a cycle.
It's really hard.
Then a walk-off. And,
Because also the hardest part of the cycle is a triple.
Yep.
Because it doesn't happen very often.
Yep.
Ah,
And
okay.
so once you hit the triple, then you're like, hey, how can I
Well,
get everything else done?
if you don't have the triple, you turn that double into it. If you get another hit,
Stretch it out.
You're not getting 2 doubles.
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
that because you're going for third.
You're going for that
It still
bag.
count as a double.
Wow.
But
Yeah.
Or if you need a double, I don't care if I have a just a ground ball base hit
You're
up the middle.
turning?
I'm going for second base.
You're
You're
gonna be out by a mile.
Who cares? Who cares?
Only way it could have been better was if this was in the College World Series or
Yeah.
Super Regionals or
Wow.
something like that. But
That's cool.
it was still pretty
also a
awesome.
hat trick in hockey and soccer, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I
But
think
that
it
happens
often.
occasionally.
Yeah,
that happens. That happens. The cycle is the hitter equivalent of a no-hitter. They happen roughly at the same rate.
4 goals then?
Yeah, maybe
Soccer?
that's what it is.
4 goals?
4.
Is that ever? That happens.
It would be pretty
Rarely.
rare.
That would be it. Yeah. Okay.
4 strikeouts in baseball is the golden sombrero
4 strikeouts. How
as
do
a
you get-
hitter.
Oh, as a hitter.
As a hitter
Oh,
in
okay,
the same
I thought you-
game.
Okay.
The golden
The
sombrero.
golden sombrero.
And occasionally, Max Muntz, my MVP. Max Muntz
Really?
had one of these
Oh,
last
my
year.
God.
DeMarco.
Yeah. 5 of them?
Oh, my God.
5.
5 golden
5.
sombreros?
That's the 5 strikeout game is
Oh,
the platinum sombrero.
He had a. Oh my God.
He had a platinum sombrero.
Wow.
That's your MVP.
Yeah.
So what's cold is Shador in New York. So Russell Wilson will be a quarterback in the room for the Giants. They have Jameis Winston, they have Russell Wilson, and they still have Tommy DeVito. Hey! So whether or not they will draft Shador at number 3, what they will do is interesting. But Chris Candy was operating in this realm that they would draft Shador Sanders. And he was talking about how this might not be the best thing for Shador to go to a team that has a coach and a GM on the hot seat.
If you take a guy with the 3rd overall pick at quarterback and the team struggles early, you're going to put the kid in regardless of whether or not you think he's ready, regardless of whether or not you think the team around him is ready to properly support him. And when you have a head coach and a general manager on the hot seat, they either got to sell winning or they got to sell hope. And that could be to the detriment of your young quarterback. Again, me telling the Giants not to take Shador at number 3 is not a referendum on Shador Sanders. It's a referendum on the New York Giants. Their head coach and their general manager on the hot seat. I am adamantly opposed to drafting a quarterback in the 1st round when your GM and your head coach are on the hot seat because they're not doing what's in the best interest of developing the kid. They're doing what's in the best interest of saving their jobs.
What do you think about this, DeMarco?
He's right. I saw that firsthand with Fish and Goff. Yeah. It's hard to say Fisher's seat was ever hot because it wasn't until he got fired.
I was hot enough to get him canned.
Yeah, but I mean, I think he's always been on that seat. You know what I mean? Forever, since Tennessee. But watching him play games with Goff, when to play him and why he didn't want to, because that was his last chip.
Yeah.
That was
yeah.
Yeah, that was the last thing. So he's right. If you're Shador, I wouldn't want to go there because you're going to be in before you're ready, and it's all about them preserving their gigs, not your development. He's right.
I wonder if that isn't like they would take him because specifically it gives me another card to play.
Yes.
That, hey, look, Russell Wilson's not the answer. He's past his, it's not it. Jameis, we know what we got
Spend
with Jameis.
8 weeks trying to figure that out.
Right.
Yeah.
And then we got it. It's like, hey, let's get era 2.0 started.
Right.
And let's put the kid in. And by the way, I'm the guy to develop the kid.
We're playing for 2026
right
now. Right. It's a bargaining chip. He's right. He's 100% right.
The guys that pick at the top of the draft, more often than not, are bad teams, and they're bad teams for a reason.
Yes.
Occasionally a good team will end up down there because you're rebuilding or whatever, but they don't stay there very long. And you look at some of these teams that are down there right now, been there for a while.
I think we've learned, right? It's not just the player that busts out; it's the franchise too.
For sure.
Yeah.
Which is why it's sometimes hard to judge Aaron Rodgers' last spot with the Jets because the Jets organization was not very good.
Boo boo.
You've been saying that for weeks and months.
Booty.
Yeah.
When they fire the coach, you know what's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just bad.
That that is bad. They've been bad for 40 years. That could be they were both really bad.
Remember what I said about Shedeur? You asked me where does his talent level?
Mm-hmm.
He's as good as any first rounder out there.
Okay.
This year, next year, the year before, he's as good as all those guys. But he brings a lot more baggage and distraction, like Tebow.
Yeah.
Tebow's a great guy.
Yeah.
This is the guy you want in your locker room. The problem is he brings a circus with him.
Go back to the first thing you said, where you said he's as good as those guys.
Yeah.
From everything I've read, that they say if this was another draft, he's like at the back of the line.
Oh,
like
really?
With quarterbacks.
In the first round.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
Perhaps. He may get picked in the first round, but more because he's a quarterback and everybody takes quarterbacks a little earlier than you probably
That's
should.
what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
What's the guy that flamed out from UCLA, the rich kid?
Oh, Rosen.
Same thing. He's as good as anybody in that draft. It's just it depends. You never know. And this guy comes with baggage.
Dude, you said it.
And a big fat distraction.
You said it. You never know.
You never know.
If anybody knew anything, Peyton Manning would go one. The Russell, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I know two sure things in this draft. To be honest,
okay.
Abdul Carter.
Yeah,
that's a can't miss guy.
Yeah,
he's going to be in on your quarterback.
Those
if you
guys
don't draft
seem
him.
a little easier to identify than
Always
quarterbacks.
easy, and tackles are easy. Take that guy.
Offensive tackles.
Oh yes, take that monster right there.
Yeah, quarterbacks, receivers, running backs.
You got a better chance hitting for the cycle.
Yeah. Like even really smart people are hitting like 50% on those. That's a tough gig. Who's hot? Who's cold? It's brought to you by NextGen, the official AC heating, plumbing, and electrical company of SoCal sports fans. Call 833-3 NextGen. 833-3 NEXGEN, or visit nextgenairandplumbing.com. The Dup coming up next.
Mason and Ireland.
Can you do a cartwheel, John?
Join Cappy, O'Shea Jackson Jr., and producer Lindsay, and myself, apparently, for a special viewing of Monday Night Raw. On Monday.
I like it raw.
I guess. On Monday, April 7th at Hollywood Park Casino, and there's going to be one grand prize winner who's going to win a pair of tickets to the big wrestling event in Las Vegas. You know which one that is?
I have a sense of which one
We
it
can
is.
play the song, because I don't think that we'll get in trouble if we play the official song.
Okay.
RSVP now for your spot at ESPNLA.com. Must be present to win, which means you're going to have to be in the house at HBC. ESPNLA.com. Must be 21 years or older to enter. Park Party and Play at Hollywood Park Casino, LA's premier card room. Now open 24/7. We'll see you there on April 7th for Monday Night Raw.
Right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's Zip.
a question, Jorge?
Yeah.
It's a sports question. Please don't beat me about the head and neck when I ask you this.
Okay.
Okay. Hearing Dave Denholm go off on goals, I love it. I love hearing soccer announcers when the goal is scored. Oh, they go nuts. It's great. Great calls. What is the most impressive thing about goal scoring to you? The fact that it went in or how he did it?
How he did it.
Okay.
Yeah, because we're expecting the ball to go in. You know, like that's just part of the sport, I guess.
Yeah.
But the way it goes in, I think, is the most impressive part of it.
Okay.
For instance, one of the most memorable goals I have in my head is it's a Mexico game versus Italy in 2006, I believe. The guy is 25 yards out. He sends the ball into the, 18,
box?
Yeah, the box. The forward, Jared Borghetti, is running from left to right. As he's running, the ball's coming. He somehow turns 180 degrees, hits it with his head, and he scores in a way he's not supposed to score. Meaning he's away from the box.
Yeah.
Heading towards the sideline essentially.
Okay.
But he turns around 180 degrees and hits the ball perfectly, and the ball just like curves in.
Yeah.
Very weird. So the fact that the ball went in, that was impressive.
That's how he did it.
And soccer's all about the build, too.
Yeah.
There's so much downtime, and it builds, and it builds, and it builds, and then it's all of a release. For football, you know when someone's going to score pretty much
You get
because
in the
they're
red
going to
zone.
be in the
You're
red
getting
zone.
close.
Yeah, you're getting closer. You're
Exactly.
moving the ball.
Right.
And
Yeah.
there's not as much action as a basketball game, which is why the ups and downs of a basketball game aren't nearly as high unless it's the end of a game. So soccer, it's a lot of
That's what I'm saying. Are you cheering because we've been waiting for this and it goes in? Yeah,
Right.
oh my
Yeah.
God, we finally. Or is it how he did it? Because
Also-
I'm watching this thing called Best 33 Goals
Yeah.
in Football History, and they're all from distance. It seems like
Is
distance.
it on a set piece? Meaning, is it on a free kick or something? Because that's also impressive of how far you kick it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you kick it from further out, though, it's a surprise more often.
Okay,
Yeah.
so one of those goals. What number are you on? Are you? Have you seen
I
it all?
don't think it's. Let me see. I don't think it's actually numbered. It keeps going.
Okay, so there's gonna be one. You see the guys from Brazil against France in '98. He kicks it from like maybe 35 yards out, and then he curves it around the defense. It seems like it's going out of bounds, and then just takes this hard like curve
Into the goal?
into the goal, and he scores. It's
Wow.
one of the best goals scored in the World Cup
Okay, makes sense. I like it.
from Brazil.
I want to watch tape with you so you can tell me what is like. Wow, that's unbelievable.
What you're describing too, Em, I think is what makes hockey, in particular playoff hockey, so incredibly exciting. The puck can be in your end, DeMarco, and you're defending like crazy, and I feel like my team is about to score, and we're really, really close. Next thing you know, it's in the back of my net. And it happens like that.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, the puck gets cleared, and they're going the other way. And when I thought I was on the doorstep of getting one, you actually got one in the blink of an eye.
Heartbreak.
Oh, my
Yeah.
gosh. Just crazy.
Was it Waugh that scored? Patrick Waugh, the goalie.
Martin Brodeur
Martin
used to get
Brodeur,
a
when he
few
got
goals,
up and
bounce it
okay.
off the boards and it would go. It was today in 1979 that Larry Bird and Magic Johnson met in the final of the NCAA tournament. Obviously, Magic's Michigan State Spartans won the game, and Magic led all score with 24 points. Do you have a recollection of that game being played? Because
No.
I have a vague recollection of the game. I don't remember anything about it specifically, but I remember Magic Johnson being on the cover of Sports Illustrated
Remember that.
in a tuxedo dunking the ball.
What year was that again? I'm
I
sorry.
think it was also 79.
Okay, I mean, I wasn't dialed in at that time.
Neither was
But it's the first time I heard the name Magic.
Me too.
Yeah.
And I do remember that. I
Yes.
do remember saying, who is Magic Johnson? What is Magic Johnson? Is he actually, and just kind of being like aware of him as
Yeah.
a person on the earth. And this game is the game that gets credit for creating the tournament as we know it today.
Yes.
That it was the highest, may still be, the highest rated college basketball game of all time. It was the two guys that you could see on the opposite sides of the draw heading for each other the entire time.
Right.
Stylistically very different. One black, one white. Like
Yeah.
everything about it was this, here we go.
Yes.
And Magic was Magic.
That was
And then they
America
took it
in
to the league.
basketball. Yeah,
yeah,
right
and
there.
then they took it to the league, and the Lakers and like it was the beginning of arguably the greatest individual and team rivalry ever.
That's why I hope, and I was so adamant about which leg was it for Juju Watkins.
Yeah.
Because I hope that happens in the WNBA. I think Caitlin Clark's...
Who's her nemesis? Caitlin Clark?
It would be. That's how you would build
Have
it, right?
Have they run into each other previously?
They haven't faced each other in the NCAA tournament. It's
Okay.
more like Juju's comparison would be more Paige Becker's than it would be Caitlin Clark, because Paige Becker's teams took her out this last year, and I believe they played this year, and I think UConn won this year. So it's more Paige Becker's than it is Juju than Caitlin.
It's hard to imagine that there was a time when people weren't familiar with Magic Johnson.
I know, right?
That Magic
been around my
Johnson
whole
was
life.
just like, oh yeah, like Magic Johnson has been ubiquitous since 1979. He's everywhere.
Yes.
He's all over the place.
I've known Magic Johnson about as long as I've known Michael Jackson.
Yeah,
same thing.
No,
Yes.
just crazy. I need to forgive me.
What, your glass? What are you
I
doing?
need to get closer. I can't read it.
Oh,
from back here. Stop laughing.
What are you about to do over there?
Stop laughing at me. DoorDash and is it Klarna? Klarna. See, like I told you, I can't read it. And Klarna have struck a deal where users can take out loans to get their food delivered to their house. This seems like very poor use of a dollar.
Taking out loans?
Yeah, Em, you want to explain this?
Taking out loans.
Klarna is used across a bunch of different things. So you can use Klarna for buying a T-shirt from a band, and you can purchase it on Klarna. You can use Klarna at Instacart. You can use Klarna at all these things, but it's basically it separates it into credit. It separates it into you can make these payments of X amount of dollars. So if I want to buy this chair for $200, I could do 4 payments of $50 instead of, and obviously interest on top of that. And so it's for people, I think, that instead of having credit cards, don't have credit or can't get a credit card.
So it's the app version of a Shylock.
Yeah.
That's what I said to her. I'm like, this seems like something less than a great idea.
It is not a good idea.
Yeah.
And it's going to take advantage of the people that
take advantage is a good way.
Shouldn't be taken advantage of.
If you need to finance your food order,
that's bad.
Get something else. Or go to the restaurant and pick it up. Or walk up to, Chipotle and pick up your burrito instead of having somebody drive it to your house. Just
what's it called
that's just
again?
me.
It's called Klarna, and I think it's to target people that just are probably younger and don't know what that. Hey, it looks like I'm paying the same amount.
It reminds me when they used to have like every first day of school in college.
Keep going.
All the credit card companies are out there.
And what did you do?
You signed up for everything. Free money.
And then what happened next? Because I've had the same experience.
You get in trouble. You have to pay this back?
So, exactly what you just described. The first week on campus, there would be a line of tents outside like the student union or wherever the place where everybody would have to go at one point or another. Every credit card company lined up, and they were giving them away.
Free money.
Free money.
Yes.
And all you had to do was sign up with this, and oh, by the way, we're going to need your parents' number on that, too.
If anyone is giving you free money, that's not good.
I don't know any better. I get this credit card, and I didn't go crazy, but I spent a little bit of money on it, and I must have put my home address, like not my school address, the home address on it. Credit card bill with my name on it shows up, and it wasn't crazy. It was like for $50 or something.
Okay.
It wasn't crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it happened yesterday. My dad calls me, and he's like, Trav, did you sign up for a credit card? Yes. Do you know what the interest rate is? No. Okay, the interest rate on this credit card was something like 34%.
Oh yeah,
and it was
you didn't even know what interest rate was.
Vaguely, but yes, you're right.
Right.
And
What does
he's
that
like,
mean?
this is like 8x what it should be.
Yes.
So tear it up. We'll figure something. But it was one of those. I got away with it but that phone couldn't ring fast enough.
Oh my God.
Do you know what the interest rate on this is? Yeah.
Yes.
Don't
big
do
time.
That. Don't finance your food order. Stephon Diggs, New England Patriots, 3-year, $69 million deal, 26 of which is guaranteed, according to Adam Schefter. You like that deal
With
for the Pats?
Patriots.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. Well, they need a lot of firepower. They don't have a ton.
Do you like Drake May?
I do. He's mobile.
Yeah.
He's mobile. I think there's something there.
Okay.
Yeah. I think he's more than credible. If you build around him.
If you had him on your favorite team, you'd be like, we got a guy?
I wouldn't hate him.
Okay.
I would not hate him. Now,
Yeah.
he needs some work, more experience, but I did not hate him. I was impressed seeing him up close, live.
Yeah.
There are some guys you write off. Oh, he's bad. He's going to be a backup forever.
You did not
just
get
know.
that.
No. He'll
Yeah.
be a starter. Yeah.
Okay.
He'll stay a starter.
They seem to be doing the right things.
Seems like it.
They got a real coach.
Yeah.
They drafted the right quarterback, and now they're giving that quarterback some toys, some weapons to play with.
I never ever thought Robert Kraft to be a dummy.
No.
As far as football. I think
No.
he kind of gets it. That was a one-year thing, and now we'll start to build.
Mike Vrabel's a real NFL coach.
Yes.
Whether he's the greatest coach in the history, I don't know. But you know what I know? He's not a bad NFL coach.
He's not a bad coach,
Yeah,
yes.
He will do the right thing most of the time.
And he understands the Patriot way, if he's not the Patriot way.
Super Crosstalk coming up next.
Steve Mason and John Ireland.
Mason and Ireland today at 1 after Travis and DeMarco.
Whatever happened to doing the show today without your shirt on?
Join Cappy, O'Shea Jackson Jr., and producer Lindsay, and myself, apparently, for a special viewing of Monday Night Raw. On Monday.
Like it raw?
I guess. On Monday, April 7th at Hollywood Park Casino, and there's going to be one grand prize winner who's going to win a pair of tickets to the big wrestling event in Las Vegas. You know which one that is?
I have a sense of which one
We
it
can
is.
play the song, because I don't think that we'll get in trouble if we play the official song.
Okay.
RSVP now for your spot at ESPNLA.com. Must be present to win, which means you're going to have to be in the house at HBC. ESPNLA.com. Must be 21 years or older to enter. Park, party, and play at Hollywood Park Casino, LA's premier card room. Now open 24/7. We'll see you there on April 7th for Monday Night Raw.
Plus, terms and conditions.
Hey, everybody, it's Cap. Are you downsizing or inheriting a home? Want to cash in on your equity? Call Sellers Advantage. They buy homes as is with no costly repairs, agents, or commissions. Get a competitive cash offer and close in days or on your timeline. Sellers Advantage has over 20 years of experience and even offers a $10,000 advance for moving expenses. Call 888-390-AS-IS or visit sellersadvantage.com for your no-obligation offer.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Collectors, Provo Card Show is back at the Pasadena Convention Center on March 29th and 30th. Baseball, football, basketball, and hockey cards, plus Pokemon, Marvel, Star Wars, and comic books. SGC, Beckett, CGC, and JSA will be there. So bring your cards, comics, and autographs to sell, trade, or get them graded. Hundreds of vendors, thousands of dollars in free prizes. Don't miss it. Provo Card Show, Pasadena Convention Center, Saturday and Sunday, March 29th and 30th, 11 to 5. For more info, go to ProvoCardShow.com. That's ProvoCardShow.com.
Children's Hospital Los Angeles is a leader in breakthrough pediatric care, treating complex cases and advancing life-saving research. In support of CHLA's 10th annual Make March Matter campaign, ESPN LA is auctioning off exclusive 710 appearances to help fund critical treatments for children. Every dollar raised supports CHLA's essential work to provide expert care, innovative therapies, and hope to families in need. Visit 710forchla.com to bid and make a difference for kids today.
ESPN AM 710 Los Angeles. KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K256CX 99.1 FM Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. It's time for Super Crosstalk.
Are you fully decompressed from your party? Is it fully in the
Fully
rearview
recovered.
mirror, or are you still? Yes, that's a better word to mark.
Here's how I know it's over.
Okay.
We ate all the cake.
It's gone.
The cake is completely gone. It took a few days.
Nice.
There was a lot of cake left over. It was delicious, but last night, last bit of cake, and you know what that means. Today starts a new summer shred.
Nice.
Let's go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I was going to say you were pretty disciplined for that. You took down a lot of cake as a
I
bit
took
of a
down
surprise.
a lot of cake. It was
How much cake was left?
There was probably we started out with 6 of those cakes.
Yeah.
We ended up with about 1 full cake.
One full
about
cake.
Enough left over.
Different flavors,
Different
one full cake.
flavors,
It's
one
like
full
when you have a
cake.
pizza party and you get all the pizzas and you have enough pizza to
Yeah.
have one full pizza
full
left.
pizza,
One
exactly. It
veggie,
was
2
exactly
cheese,
right.
a
It was
pepperoni
exactly
combo.
that.
Did you and Juan eat the cake or just you?
I think we shared.
You shared
I
it,
think
okay.
I ate more than my share.
I have a
Okay.
To be
cake
honest
question.
with you.
What's
Yeah.
that?
When you guys eat cake or
Yeah.
dessert pie,
Icing.
whatever it is, do you go and take the piece that's a quote unquote normal piece?
Mm-hmm.
Do you take just a little piece And do you keep going back, or do you take the ginormous piece and say, I'm just having
don't
this?
fool yourself. Take the big piece.
Take the
I
double
take the
piece?
Big piece.
Give me the hunk.
By the way, I may not eat all the cake, but I definitely eat all the icing. I am in it for the icing.
Really?
100%.
Really?
Yeah. Especially carrot cake icing. Yes.
That's the cream cheese frosting.
Don't throw that out. I'll take it.
I am not a big. I'm not a big sweets guy. Like, there's certain things I like, but I'm not across the board a dessert guy.
Yeah.
The only thing I like with cake really is the icing, except for it. Am I allowed to say where you got these cakes?
Oh yeah,
from?
yeah, Susie cakes.
Susie cakes. Susie cakes. Their cake
I'm
itself,
glad
like
you
an
asked.
actual
Really good.
cake.
I'm there for the cake.
Yes.
Are you there
cake.
for that?
Yeah.
Juan's there for the cake also.
Yes.
And in fact, yesterday he ate a bunch of cake, and I'm like, well, he left all the
Is he
icing.
Oh,
so
you mean
let's
the-
roll.
don't
You
get
mean
me
the
wrong.
cake parts?
Yeah, I'm not scraping the icing off. I'm going to eat the icing,
Right.
but the cake is the part that I
He'll
enjoy the
sometimes
most.
leave the icing, and
So
I'm
you're-
like,
you're coming-
well,
Don't throw it
we're-
out.
We're an excellent team.
Come over here.
He eats the cake, I eat the icing.
Yes.
It was, but I think we're down from the butt. There was like a buzz afterwards, like really, really exciting, and we're kind of rolling right into a really cool trip to New York.
Oh, nice.
Starting on Saturday. We're going to Saturday Night Live on Saturday.
Oh, you are? Do you know who's hosting?
Mikey Madison, star of Honora.
Oscar
She was
winner.
the one that won the Oscar.
Oscar winner,
Oh,
Mikey
Madison is a woman.
Yeah, she's from,
Oh.
from the movie Honora. She won the Academy Award for Best Actress.
Hold on, I'm getting
His
okay.
face, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
The musical act is
There she
Morgan
is.
Wallen.
Travis, like, I'm not familiar with his work.
Yeah, well, I made an assumption based on Mikey.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Gonna go see a little Broadway after that.
What are you going to see?
We are gonna see Sunset Boulevard, which
Yeah.
stars the one
Jealous.
from the Pussycat Dolls, right?
Okay.
Nicole Scherzinger.
Scherzinger.
We're gonna see Denzel Washington and
Othello?
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Oh, that's gonna be so
in
good.
Othello.
I'm jealous.
That's definitely
Is Good
in the
Night,
plans.
Good Luck open yet?
It's not open
It's
yet.
not
I
open
would
yet.
love to see
Wow.
Clooney, but it's
Yeah.
not quite open yet.
Yeah,
And I think it opens like
He's
in 2
doing a
weeks.
stage version of Good Night, Good
Yeah.
Luck.
he
What
is.
about
Yeah.
Glengarry Glen Ross? You gonna see that?
Thinking about that's in the run. There's a few shows that are in the running. There's Darren Criss, who used to be on Glee, has got a really good show there.
Yeah, I saw that.
Did you see it?
I didn't see. I saw the
Oh,
poster
you saw
for
the
it. I
poster,
did
yeah.
not go and see it. But Glengarry Glen Ross, if you guys don't know, has Kieran Culkin, Bill Burr,
Bob
Odenkirk.
Michael
Sounds
McKean.
good.
Yeah,
Michael McKean.
amazing cast for this
John
run.
saw it. Ireland saw it when he was in New York. Absolutely loved it. So that's definitely on the board. But there's so much to see. We basically are going to see 4 shows in 4 days.
Oh, that's
Ooh,
a lot of
nice.
theater.
And
What
then
about Titus on O'Mary?
you
already saw O'Mary, but
I saw
it was with
O'Mary
Titus
already
Burgess.
with the main guy. That O'Mary show is hilarious.
Have you ever been to SNL? A taping of SNL?
No, never.
Yeah,
It
have you,
is-
Andy?
No.
It is really. This will be
Is it
the
really?
second time I've gone.
Oh,
It
wow.
is really, really cool.
I would like to. That sounds. I heard it's not so much fun though. You
oh
told
no,
me
it is. It's fun.
Did you tell me it was more fun or less
I
fun
think
when you're
it's-
watching?
I think
it?
it's crazy fun to be there.
Oh,
to be
okay.
honest
Is it just
with you.
because of the chaotic nature of it all?
It's watching what happens between the sketches and how much of the production stuff needs to move. People rushing around, putting on wigs and changing makeup, everything, and it's all happening right in front of you. It's crazy that they're able to do that show live.
This may be an uncouth question to ask, but
Okay.
I'm going to ask it anyway. Is it a hard ticket to get?
Yeah, really hard.
Yeah,
really hard. I worked with the great Jeff Blake, who was the president of distribution at Sony Pictures. His son is a producer on Saturday Night Live, and that's how we've been able to go. Ireland went twice. This will be my second time. It is super cool.
Who's the host the first time you saw it?
Halsey.
Oh,
she
okay.
was she was the host and the musical guest.
Oh,
she
she
was
double dipped.
unbelievable. Yeah.
Couple good songs,
And
yeah.
Ireland was there when this guy, what was his name? It rhymes. Oh, Donald Trump was there as the host.
No kidding.
That was pretty good.
He was
Yeah.
there long before that was even before he
Is that on
became
your
the
bucket list?
president.
Well, actually, it wasn't that long before.
No, not that far before.
It was in the campaign.
2015.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to
Something
answer
you
your
wanna
question,
do? Yeah,
that's
you
something I
love
would
SNL.
like to do. I do like SNL,
Okay.
and I'm a unabashed fan of the format, the show.
You write that down. It'd be a good birthday gift.
Yeah, I
Okay.
would like to see that.
Nice.
So the one thing that they do, we're going to the rehearsal for the show. So at 8:00 Eastern, they've got a rehearsal which is about 2 hours long.
Like
2 hours and
full
15
dress, the whole
minutes.
thing?
Full dress, everything.
Okay.
Then Lorne Michaels looks at the rehearsal and says, okay, we're going to keep that. We're going to move this one here. We're going to move that one to the end. That one's gone. Didn't work at all. Weekend Update is about twice as long, and they end up only using the jokes that really work well with the rehearsal audience. So it all sort of gets winnowed down. So one of the cool things is, if you go to the rehearsal, is going home and seeing which
What
sketches
made it.
and which sketches didn't make it, which is kind of fun.
I'm not going to lie, Mace. I'm a little disappointed when you were setting that up that you didn't do a Lorne Michaels impression.
I don't have what
It just seems like everybody has one. Just, the thing that I don't even know what it is, but everyone that says Lorne Michaels is immediately followed by their Lorne Michaels impression.
Dr. Evil is basically Mike Myers doing.
Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize
Stolen
that.
from Dana Carvey.
Yeah.
And Lauren knows. as
Well,
well.
everybody does one, right? Everybody that's been a part of that
But like
universe
that
has done
cadence
one.
in particular, like the it's very Lorne Myers.
I know Bowen Yang does one. It's like, he's got a this, like a
right.
Oh, he's got a JD Vance. Oh, yeah.
I'm blanking. Who plays Barry? I'm blanking on his name. Bill Hader.
Bill Hader.
Bill Hader's Lorne Michaels is
It's very funny.
exceptional.
Although Bill Hader did not go to the 50th anniversary.
Do we
which
ever get a
kinda
reason
sucked.
why?
So in what people have said about it and what he said about his time at SNL is that it has brought a lot of anxiety towards him and that he just can't be in the building. Like, it's really hard for him to be in the building.
I can understand that.
And he
Too bad,
seems like a guy that's very
Stefan
anxious.
would have been killer on the Weekend Update.
Yeah. And it was like pretty. He had to deal with a lot of I don't know if his house did burn down in the fires, but I do know that he was covering it with like local news stations, and so maybe he was just kind of overwhelmed with a lot of stuff in life.
One of my favorite things on there, I had Bobby Moynihan on the podcast, and he got to do Drunk Uncle on the Weekend Update, and I love Drunk Uncle.
It's terrific.
And there's one line in the middle of it. Remember, that was the weekend that Captain America came out.
Yeah.
And played by Anthony Mackie now. And so randomly in the middle of this thing, he says, "Not my Captain America." Such a funny, totally a throwaway, but that made me laugh.
I'm glad that was in there because if you were just telling me, like, list the famous kind of, I don't know the terminology, the walk-ons during Update, that would not have been on my bingo card, but it was really, really good.
It was really fun.
Yeah, it was
really
terrific.
funny.
It was terrific.
And tomorrow, DeMarco's going to hang out and do an hour with me.
Yeah, after. I'm going to hang out with you because Momo is coming from where?
Momo's probably coming from TV or
Yeah,
something like that.
we're gonna hang.
So DeMarco's
Yes.
going to do the first hour with me tomorrow.
I'm
late.
I'm both
overtime.
thrilled to hear that and a little offended that I wasn't asked.
Then sit and stay. You're right here.
Yeah,
There you go.
absolutely.
There's the invite.
Nope.
I'm sorry. Oh,
And
my bad.
And I'm going to kick.
No,
My
wait
bad
a
for
minute.
Laura.
It's
My
new-
bad, Laura.
It's new
Sorry.
overtime rules. Both of you get to touch the ball.
There we go.
Both of you
There
get
we
to
go.
do it.
See?
So-
It's all yours. It's all yours. And by the way, I might leave Super Crosstalk early in protest.
Oh, there you go.
Super Crosstalk is
Anything to
over.
get out
We'll
of
see you
Crosstalk.
tomorrow.
The countdown is on. In just 7 days, LAFC battle Inter Miami.
In the CONCACAF Champions Cup quarterfinals from BMO Stadium.
The two biggest clubs in MLS.